Oh my fucking God. Your lunch with Mary.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
Keep it 100.
So chase greatness and start understanding that he's going to make everybody better.
Tape never lies.
I don't want to see your tape breakdowns if you cannot show me things that are negative about a guy that's on your current team.
Hashtag chase greatness. Hashtag take that.
Keep it 100.
Because I'll make this one more time clear. Caden Whitlow, cut it.
Keeping it 100.
He is the best quarterback I have ever scouted on tape.
The Chicago Bears select.
Guess who's back? The two dudes that kept it real. Dynamic duo that you love, the smartest man at Dr. Phil. Breaking down the film, never a problem, kick it straight. Most shows focus on stats, we focus on the tape. We keep it in 100, never running east or west. We coming with that truth, cause that's what our fans expect. Cut off the fake and anchor, moving forward to be free. But don't you worry, Shane's got the dumbest tweets. It ain't no secret, Phil and Shane got some haters. But now the mouth stuff like the true and now and latest. Debaters, frauds get kicked like Coach Tabor. Cuts had to be made, we added a barber moderator. Up and down, boys got you double checking. Sad sacks strolling like a fool drunk texting. Flexing on the truth cause you know they'll never change. Real, recognize real, that's what you get with Phil and Shane.
Give me some fucking names. We have 2 fucking games.
Fuck a play or a captain, all of the unfair. The tape never lies, the truth you see. We laugh, we analyze, so there's no babies like Maybelline. Straight to the truth with acumen and facts. We got a stat nerd, but he's not just giving nerd stats. Car crash, big impact like trip sack. Every Wednesday night you got the smartest man Phil back. Now we know you're smiling like a fat kid with fun dip. We're back better than ever and we're keeping it 100.
Keep it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest
Keeping it
man.
100.
Keeping it 100.
Keeping it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest
Keeping it 100.
Keeping it 100.
Down there. I don't know if that right foot actually touched the ground.
Keep it 100.
Keeping it 100.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, Bentonato, my familia. Welcome back, guys. Oh, Jesus. Don't make me throw up. I'm back from Italy, so I had to take my role back from Ivan. I saw he killed it last week. But, yes! But of course, we got a fun show for y'all tonight. We got Zack Pearson joining us from the Bear Report, so you know the guys got a lot to talk about. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring the guys in that you really came to see. Mr. Shane, smartest man Marcel, and Draft.
Here we are. Here. It's a story of a lovely lady
She's back.
who was in Italia.
What?
I have an Italian glow. No.
Got that.
What's that from, Cherie?
The Italian glow.
What's one from? Shane, what you doing?
What did I do? I didn't
I
do
don't
anything.
know. You always want something.
Oh, that's true. No, we missed you.
I missed you guys. I was repping all the way in Italy.
Yeah, you sent us exactly 0 pictures.
I sent you
Got
two.
1
2.
or 2.
Sent us 2.
Standing in front of the Coliseum.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got my feet
TTNL swag.
here.
Did any Italian men be like, "Oh, you're TTNL? I am too."
Cherie.
Hey,
No,
coach.
no one recognized me. Sorry.
No one spotted you.
No. I'm not the celebrity that you guys are.
They just didn't have they weren't man enough to walk up to her and be like,
I think they were
Cherie from
intimidated.
TTNL. She loves balls.
Thank God nobody walked up to me to say that.
That would be
That's the
great.
shirt right there. Cherie giving 2 thumbs up. It says, I love balls.
Yes.
Get on it, Acevedo.
Where's Acevedo? We got to bring him back on the show.
Yeah, I know.
I love all.
two 2 hoop earrings.
You got to have him do his John Gruden impersonation, right?
He can talk to Angelo and John.
You mean like the day that we were on the phone for 2 hours with Angelo and he thought I was out Alex Acevedo the entire time?
Really?
Yeah. Why
Alex, you have a good day. And I'm like, this is Shane. No. This is Alex Acevedo.
There's Deb.
There she is. There's our lady. Deb
there's
sent me a ton of pictures.
I love Cherie's mom.
She sent me a ton of pictures.
Oh, did she?
Oh, Deb, she looking, yeah.
Deb's
Italy did Deb well. Let me tell you what. That woman's
she looking what, Shane?
Yes.
she looking what, Shane?
Shane?
Yeah, she doesn't even need Italy for a glow. It's 24/7.
You know she cheesing from ear to ear. Phil, you gotta step your game up. Shane moving up in the rankings.
Shane likes to talk. I just walk the walk.
Oh God. Yeah. Phil doesn't like to talk. Breaking news.
You talk a lot, bro. I think one of these dudes statistically has put a timer on.
There it is.
One of those timers on you and me. I'm getting a bum rap.
Yeah.
Bum rap.
Oh man. Yeah. Well,
I don't talk as much as
Cars
Shane.
is the biggest diva on TTNL.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. 100% it's Cars.
Fucking loves his fans.
Yeah. He does.
He wants to do a weekly show.
Daily.
Daily. That's
Yeah.
right. Daily.
Yeah.
That's the check-in.
Yep. Afternoons with Cars. Yeah. The afternoon drive with Matthew Carsonson.
Afternoon drive.
Naperville Live with Cars.
Naperville Live. These Cars coming at you live and direct.
Bullets didn't keep up. Bullets was in
No.
the chat and left like 10 messages and wanted his cookie because he was the first. So I
It
logged
wasn't.
into the TTNL account and I deleted them all. And so he didn't have any comments. So actually Daz was the first. If
Daz.
you look. So Bullets
Daz him up.
Bullets was late. Late again, Bullets.
Do I look this bright on here?
You do. Yeah.
Like, what happened here?
That's God getting ready to rain fury down on you for lying about me talking too much.
God. God help us all. Sergio!
Sergio.
This is Lady Bear from Italy. Sergio, how are you?
Oh. Yeah, so Cherie, tell us about your trip.
So, as I told you, I went to Venice, Florence, and Rome. I will say I'm torn between Venice and Rome because Venice, the weather was beautiful, but then Rome, it was so much to do. So, as far
Cherie,
as
you know the right answer. This is a Chicago Bears show. It's Rome. Right?
Rome.
yes,
It's
I'll
Rome.
give the edge
There
to
we
Rome.
go.
It's Rome.
Yes, Rome.
See,
Rome wasn't built in a day, Shane.
that's right.
That's what they say.
So did you have any fun alcoholic beverage nights over there?
Went to a wine bar. It was mostly wine. I didn't do alcohol. I did drink a lot
Mostly
of wine.
wine, just no alcohol? Is that what you just
Not
said?
like heavy alcohol. You know, wine is
Yeah.
that's like Kool-Aid.
Blame it on the vodka.
Well, no heavy alcohol, but no, I did drink a lot of wine. I ended up bringing a Chianti back that is really good. So
Are you saving it for
When she
Special
meets
occasion.
tailgate? You're gonna
Wait,
open.
she's saving it for when I show up at her doorstep.
yeah,
Right, Cherie?
yeah. I
Yeah.
got it.
I ain't bringing no chicken wings. I'll tell you that.
No chicken wings.
That's right. We got other business to handle, right, Cherie?
Yes, same. Of course we do.
Gotta smash that like button, like my guy Steph Royland.
There he is. What's up,
There
Steph?
he is. We got Scottish Bear in the building. Can't believe he didn't take the train to meet up with Cherie in Italy. Scottish bear. You should have traveled all of Europe to get over to see her.
Drop the ball.
Like a fucking pirate, you should have.
Oh, I did. We did take the train when we were in Florence. We took the train down to Pisa to see the Leaning Tower. So
How was that?
So I will say the tower isn't as big as I expected, but it's still pretty impressive that it's standing up. With
Phil's heard that his whole life. Anyways.
Yes.
But no, it was pretty cool to see. I was
got it up.
bigger. Sorry.
Bigger is better, Sheree. Bigger is better.
Not all the time.
No.
Some small packages. Sometimes.
I know I'm short, right?
There, perfectly timed drop. Right after what she said, hurt whoever did that. Oh no, it's Ivan.
We got to bring our guy on. Ivan came
no
in.
glasses, bro. He
Came into the green room, and I'm like,
Glasses tonight. He didn't
what
know.
looks different about this motherfucker?
Totally
I'm
looks like a nose guard right now.
I-
Get out there, Vargas.
Oh no!
Okay, coach.
that's Chris Smorich over there.
He's the Timo version.
Now that I got this tan from working outside and everything, I look exactly like Chris Zorich, little brother, little Zorich.
Little Zorich.
We should cosplay me as Chris Zorich at the tailgate. I'll show.
Oh, dude, that would be so funny. Chris Zorich is here, everybody.
With your
Bring out
bald
Vargas.
head.
Oh my god!
Get him to start a Notre Dame sucks chant.
Where is he? Zorich. There he is. Chris Zorich is here, ladies and gentlemen. Have Angelo and Ivan come out. Angelo's his bodyguard.
We got a bigger strip. Oh my god! Nobody better to be my bodyguard than Angelo.
Oh man, Sheree, did you know he's going to Chicago?
Angelo's coming.
Yeah.
What? Why'd you say it like that, Sheree?
Yeah. Larry.
There you go. Yep, I like it. I'm so excited.
Larison said it's got to happen.
It's gotta happen.
Okay.
Come on,
Yeah.
Sheree.
We should have Angelo review Chicago pizza.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be perfect.
And an Angelo
Deep dish and the best supposed Chicago pizza.
Angelo
Tavern
Joe
style.
Marino web t-shirt contest on November 10th in Chicago.
Oh.
Millennium Park.
Hey,
I got it up.
Hey, coach, it's fucking cold out here, but let's go, everybody.
Then let me do what I had to do.
Yes. The dog days of summer are here as
They
we
are
approach. I guess the Giants released. Is the first episode is out?
Yeah, there was some Bears.
Was there bear shit in it?
Yeah, they're breaking down. They're talking about, Saquon and if he leaves and what they want to do. And the first running back that they put up, I don't know if it was the first, but they put up our guy, our new running back,
DeAndre
Swift. Started talking about him, and it really sounds like people within the NFL are extremely high on DeAndre Swift, more so than maybe the media and some fans. They were very complimentary, and they didn't think that there was much of a chance for Swift to even get out of Philly.
Yeah.
But
Really?
little did they know, he not only got out of Philly, they lost their guy to Philly.
to Philly.
Right.
Yeah.
We got the Philly.
But they've
Special.
really doubled down. If you watch the show, they've really doubled down on
Oh,
Daniel
I gotta
Jones.
see. Did you watch the show or you just saw the clip?
No, I watched it. Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
The first
It's
episode?
interesting. It's interesting.
There's a couple things in there. Like, I didn't think that you would hear them breaking down free agents for other teams. Like, I didn't know that they'd put that in there because they literally broke down DeAndre Swift.
Really?
And talking
So I
about
gotta
him more
watch
as a package player, but extremely explosive, and they have tape up and
They brought up
it's-
numbers and everything. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I was really
check it
really
out.
surprised. But they come right out and say, we're going to upgrade the offensive line. We're paying Daniel Jones $40 million. We're not paying him $40 million to hand it off to a $12 million a year running back.
Mhm.
Those were the exact fucking words
Oh wow.
that he said. And he said, this is the year of Daniel. This is his chance, which we all know how that's going to fucking end.
And was I mistaken? Like was there not a clip, like it was real quick at the beginning of Caleb like breaking down something in front of a whiteboard?
Yep.
So like you're gonna get to see Caleb Williams, interview with the Giants or however.
Oh, really?
From the combine,
right?
From the NFL combine, because he didn't have any other visits. But I didn't think, because usually teams are very hush hush on speaking about, they could talk about DeAndre Swift, but with him being in Chicago now you kind of know their thoughts on DeAndre Swift. So
this is a new style.
Yeah.
Quoting the Beastie Boys here for the NFL, showing the off season behind the scenes.
It's cool. Like at the Senior Bowl, and this was a clip that they actually did put out there too. It shows him talking to the Bills GM and the Carolina Panthers GM, and he says to the Carolina, who Dan Morgan, I believe, is the GM, the former player. He asked him, he goes, "Do you wanna come up from 33 to number 6?" And knowing that he couldn't afford to do it, and he's just like, "Nah." And they start laughing, and then he asked the Buffalo GM if he wanted to move up from 28 to number 6, and he's like, "Nah, we can't afford that." And he's like, "Yeah, that's right. You can't get up where I'm at." So, there goes Phil, and he's back.
I was just wiping the camera off.
Damn kids,
stupid ass kid. Sheree, be nice, please.
Come on, Sheree. You just got back and you're bagging on poor
kids,
Devin and Tate.
Hey, Devin and Tate, my little homies.
So, Sheree, how did you get the escalator in Milwaukee to misfire while Greg was on it?
What?
You didn't see that?
No.
Did you even see the escalator during the after the Brewers?
Oh, so that wasn't you?
I thought it was you. No, Braggs and a couple of the CHGO guys were on that escalator when it broke down and fired everybody off of it.
Oh man, I'm gonna go look that up. That might be some good entertainment tonight.
Yeah. He was.
I wish.
He was scared, Sheree.
He was on the local news, Shane.
Oh,
talking about it?
You didn't see that clip?
No. Well, he sent me. He's like, "Bro,
we got it," and we have a guy that was on the escalator itself. And then they cut to the video, and listen, I was on. It's Greg talking.
When he texted me, he's like, "Bro, I'm not even fucking lying." He's like, I was probably the most scared I ever was in my life, because I guess there's an elderly woman in front of him.
Yeah,
he was trying not to land on her, and one dude broke his leg, and I told him, I said, "Well, Greg, end of the day, it's at least it wasn't a serious escalator."
Jesus. Or
while you're holding
it. What?
Why is he
broke up there, Shane?
Yeah, you broke up there, Shane.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Now I could. Yes.
Yeah. I just said you got to swing the bat while you're holding it, Philip.
Yes, you do.
So,
I just Googled it, and why his little YouTube clip is the first thing that popped up.
He's a witness.
He's got 25,000 followers. Of course, it's gonna pop up.
Also, your phone's listening to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It hurt y'all because I don't talk about them.
No.
Oh my God, Greg, droning on and on. Shut the fuck up, dude.
That's the best.
I think the music in the background too adds perfect spice to that.
Just Jim's tone.
Yes.
Oh my God, Greg, droning on and on. Shut the fuck up, dude. It's the best. Angelo, do you remember Greg Braggs?
No.
That he thinks up to the right is great. No. That's all right, Angelo. You'll remember him when you come back on. I didn't get any calls from Angelo today. Did you?
I did not.
No.
No. So
Quiet.
he
What's up, Aaron?
maybe he's taking a TTNL break. He heard Cherie was back. He didn't want to upset her.
Yeah. Save the stage for Cherie.
How kind of him.
Yeah.
Save the stage for Cherie. That's what I say.
So, well, before we get our guest, Ivan, do you want to talk? Do you throw a graphic up there and talk about your channel real quick? Because I know we forgot to last week, and we'll send everybody over there to.
Yeah, totally
Right.
forgot to do it.
But after the
last
show.
week. Yeah,
Not smart.
that's fine. We'll do it after the show. Because I gotta find
Oh, you're gonna get a clip.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. That was a waste of trying to delay. Thanks, Ivan.
I'm just a fan. I'm not a football evaluator.
Actually,
We know,
the issue is that there's over 100 what's it called, graphics loaded up, so I couldn't get it loaded
Oh,
fast enough. So anyway, yeah, Mondays. I finally settled on dates. It's gonna be Monday nights.
you deleted the
There it
Angelo
is.
one.
There it is.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I had to. There was no other choice. It's gonna be Monday nights and around 8:00, and Friday nights 8 or 9 o'clock, depending on what I'm doing. But it will be on Mondays and Fridays. We'll be talking all Chicago sports, bringing you the weekend. Breaking down the weekend, breaking down the week on Fridays, and it should be fun. Just something extra that I wanted to do because I'm bored not talking football all the time.
Make sure everybody knows that it's on your YouTube channel. So
it is on my YouTube channel. It's just Local Sports Tonight with Ivan Vargas. That's all you have to do is type in that, and you will go directly to it.
What's the name of your channel? That
Local Sports Tonight with Ivan
there
Vargas.
you go.
Yeah.
So it's not Ivan Vargas. Those of you listening, it is Ivan Vargas.
Soon to come, Naperville Live with Matthew
Naperville
Garden every afternoon.
Afternoon drive on
David, I would have to go ahead and add them in. I forgot about the Chicago Hounds.
Who are the Chicago Hounds?
They're the new rugby team. Actually, they're
rugby.
Yeah, it's actually picked up pretty fast. They got a lot of interesting characters, and so we
The
got
new
a rugby
renderings
team.
of the Soldier Field, they took out one of the softball fields and put in a rugby field. There go your fucking taxes even more, Vargas.
No way, bro. Arlington Heights or bust, and then I can move up there.
There you go.
I know, Phil. Do you want to handle the first super chat and get that out of the way?
I didn't see it. Where is it?
It's starred.
I got stung by a yellow jacket, so it's killing me on my knee, right on the left inside of the knees. It's
You're fucked. Your leg's gonna fall off. That's a bad place.
That was hurt like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop. Patron Steve, is Eric Kramer still TTNL fam? Eric had some obligations in business and some things that were going on in regards to doing his show last season.
Just difference of
we addressed that a long time ago.
Yeah, we did.
But we love Eric, but we just couldn't come to some sort of middle ground in regards to his show that he had on the patron side. So where that is right now, is a no? Can it be yes? We'll see.
The door is always open.
The door is always open for our guy Eric Kramer. Like there's no angst against him.
Right. Here's another one, non-super chat, but it's he's leaving.
Oh, you're out of here, Phil.
He's like, fuck that other question. I'm not answering that shit. Oh, we'll start.
Yeah, that's why I say that question was for him.
I think he's taking care of the dog. Unless that was his knee barking at him. You ever hear anybody cry so much about a bee sting? What the fuck, sure, right?
It's a hornet. It was a hornet.
It was a yellow jacket.
Yellow jacket. It was an Asian killer.
I had a fucking root canal yesterday. Look at me, I'm here. I'm not complaining, Phil.
Jeez, a root canal? Ugh.
Yeah, bro, I wasn't happy. I told her, I'm like, just so you know, before you start doing this, I'm like the biggest baby you'll ever meet in the world. You know what's even worse, Sheree? My oral surgeon that was doing my root canal was hot as hell. And that's such a compromising position to look like a total fucking moron for a root canal. And you're this far from a lady that's like a fucking 18 out of a 10 stared at you, but we made it through, Sheree. We did good.
Did you shoot your shot still?
No, I felt like I had a stroke, man. I could have bit my lip off. I was all froze up. Couldn't even my son was making me try to whistle on the way home because he wanted to laugh at me. Couldn't do it. He wanted to go through the drive-through at Chick-fil-A afterwards, and I wasn't touching anything. I got something to fucking drink, and he's like, "You got stuff all over your face." I couldn't even feel it.
How much gauze did they have?
I didn't have any gauze. The root canal itself did not hurt at all.
Yeah, because they gave you so much Novocaine, you didn't feel.
And after that, After that shit wore off, oh yeah, I was home and
God.
Riley went fishing with his buddy, and
I
was home with
stupidly
Emerson, and I'm like, you know what we should do? She's like, what? I'm like, we should go upstairs and take a nap. She's like, yeah, Daddy, let's do it. And I went up there and passed right out cold.
Hey, that was a good move. She agreed to it.
Yeah, she did.
It's amazing.
She took her iPad. I was out in like 5 minutes, so she was watching that, and then I woke up like an hour later, and she was zonked herself. So
I had that Novocaine so much where you couldn't feel it, and I started picking at something that I thought was like just a pimple. So then
you realized you pulled your other tooth out.
The whole skin it looked like the biggest piece of garbage ever. And we had to go on the air. So Steph had to like put makeup over it.
Yeah.
Because it was so big.
Oh man, no, it was no. Yeah,
it
once
like Greg Zit that time.
I honestly feel like I could have bit my lower lip right off, and I wouldn't have felt it. I mean, that's
exactly.
Yeah,
it's hard to even eat or drink with that.
Before we bring our guest out, Phil, there is the question here. Randy wanted you to answer it real quick before we get to it. I'm a real football guy. I love the offensive line. I love my Bears. Question for Phil: does Detroit really have the number 1 or a top 5 offensive line?
I mean, I'm not looking at rankings, but I think they got a great offensive line. Whether they're number 1 or
I think
not,
top 5 easy with the
top
talent
5 would be easy. As far as PFF is concerned, in ranking, I wouldn't trust one iota of any rankings they have in regards to the offensive line, D line, any of that shit, because 90% of them have never played nor understand the call. And you've heard it many times before, and I'll say this again. Shane and I have done this a long time, and we said this for years in regards to it. It wasn't to belittle PFF, but it was to keep it 100, like this show. And it's just, it is what it is. Now you have former offensive lineman Jeff Schwartz, and what was the Division III offensive tackle Jared Veldier?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He came out burying PFF. There's a bunch of former O-line. Olin laughs at their rank. So it's good for some things, PFF.
Yeah.
Like the amount of snaps, statistics that are easily, but to grade a performance in a game.
I love being able to go there and seeing how many snaps they played at each position, especially for draft eligible guys. That's cool, but it's got to be a part of the process. It cannot be the entire process. That's where
people just
my
use
problem.
them as
They're
a
like,
Bible.
PFF has Charles Leno ranked as the top offensive tackle in football, and I'm like, yeah, okay, come on. That
was the Bermuda Triangle of
ridiculous
of my life. I'm like, once you went there, and I'm showing at the world the tape at that time, a lot of people were converted. And it was the same for Justin Fields for me. It didn't match up there. Didn't match up. The Bears secondary is like ranked 22nd. But when you look at the talent they have, are they really like, where are we doing? There you go. So,
yeah, they did. Yep.
So these things are, I did like some of their like if broken tackles. Like if Cherie's job was to watch games of the Big Ten every game, every Sunday, and she's watching running backs only, and she's checking boxes of broken tackles, so anybody could do that. Not that Cherie doesn't know the game. That would be her job, and you can trust in that. Okay, he's got a great broken tackle percentage. That stuff gives you information.
Right.
But ranking them, come on. I get it, Randy. I'm sorry. I went on a mini rant.
I think our guy's done with the shrimp in the green room.
Did he finish everything we sent him?
I think so, yeah.
Our gift package.
He's wiping off his face right now. He's using a North Carolina t-shirt too, because they're fucking horrible. But
Drake Major. Drake Major. Are we allowed to play his music on this, Shane? Because it does have a song, but is it going to be?
No,
we can do it. We can.
Fine.
Let's bring them out the way we do. I don't even remember when we produced this intro. It might be old, Shane. I'm nervous now. It might have PFF rankings in. Let's bring them out from the Bear Report. Our friend, our colleague, and such a great guy, and he's now a dad. What's that like? Let's bring him out from Bear Report, Zack Pearson.
This time of year, only a lucky few get to stand on the field with the Chicago Bears and report what they see. We all used to be able to do that until Braggs ruined it for everyone.
Oh, Maron.
Bears fans, TTNL fans, give it up for the man on the scene each and every day up at Hallis Hall. The guy who actually eats lunch with Larry Mayer every day. He's the Bear Report's very own Zack Pearson.
There he is.
Man, shot at North Carolina before I'm even on. Like, I didn't even wear my hat today. I actually have
that is a dope hat, though.
Yeah, it's nice. It's been frustrating though, but hey, College World Series appearance.
Yeah.
Top 25 football team they wasted. Number 1 seed out of the tournament and second weekend. Yeah, nothing I'm not used to.
Were you all in on were you a Drake May guy or a Caleb Williams guy?
There was a time I was a Drake May guy.
What?
In the end, I was a Caleb Williams guy. I do like Drake May. I got a lot of crap on Twitter because, like, I would watch every North Carolina game as a fan, and I would like say something about Drake May, and everyone's just like in my responses, like Caleb Williams. I'm like, I'm just rooting for the team I like. Like, I don't
it's
what
tough.
are we doing here?
Yeah, Phil and I were Caleb all the way, but we weren't as high on the other guys in the draft, but we both admitted if we couldn't take Caleb, if we were gonna, if we had to choose between Drake May and Jaden Daniels, we both would have went Drake May.
That's where I was at.
Yeah, on that.
Eventually ended up.
But to be honest, we had Michigan guy number 2 that we would have taken.
Oh, okay.
We both did.
I had him behind. I had him behind me. I don't know. There's something about him. I don't know. I just watched the tape with him.
Yep.
I don't. I just can't get there with JJ McCarthy. But he's in a good situation. So.
Yeah, definitely a lot of projection there. But it's just, it was. Oh man, if they didn't go Caleb, we were in trouble. That's
the only doubt I had is the Bear history of doing stupidity.
Yeah,
that was the only doubt with the Mitch Trubisky experience. And years past with Ryan Pace and prior to him, Phil Emery, some of the things that they did, is Ryan Poles going to, and that was probably early that I felt that, but as far as the talent was, obviously everyone knew where I was because I was just destroying the cult of Fields daily because I just.
Did you ever see anything like it, Zach? Though I mean, the
No.
Civil War. I mean, it
Crazy.
was insane. I mean, it started off where people and I were calling Phil and I racist because we wanted to move off Justin Fields for Caleb Williams. We're like, how the fuck does that work?
Yeah,
it was bonkers, man.
It was a tough time on that social media. Like it was, it just got to a point where I'd offer some insight. I'm like, man, I'm just gonna sit back and just let you guys do it. I mean, I would get stuff, being at the combine, being end of season meetings, just even talking to people around USC, like the reporters, a couple players, people close to the coaching staff. And people were just like, nope, that's not true. Nope, never happened. I'm like, I literally just talked to someone who said Caleb Williams is the best teammate they've ever had. And like, I talked to his name is Shotgun Spratling, and he covers USC for USCfootball.com. And he had a really good interview with me. We were talking. He's like, I have no idea where any of this crap came up. Like we're trying to figure out here in Southern California what the heck they're talking about. Like, why does Miller Moss playing good in a bowl game just mean Caleb Williams sucks?
Yeah.
Like, well, I mean, does that mean that North Carolina's quarterback played awful the bowl games? Does that mean Drake May's the greatest quarterback?
You know who was saying that, right? Justin Fields fans.
Oh,
that's where it all came from. They didn't want to. People had their own narrative, and I said we sat back and we just got to the point where we just laughed because there's here's a red flag, and then it would get knocked out. Here's another red flag, then it would get knocked down, and there was always a next. We had Cap on one night, and we were talking about it, and I brought up Greg Gabriel's name, who was very adamant on Twitter that, hey, I've been told stuff, but I'm not going to talk about it. Well, whatever. And then he got very, very upset that we talked about it live on air, like I am now. So he blocked me. So it's not like he's going to DM me, but who cares? But it was one thing after another. If it wasn't Caleb, it was his father. And then it was, like you said, it was Miller Moss, Bob, or he balled out. And then it's just one thing right after another. And this kid maintained, he never got pissed off. He never said, let's shut the TVs off at Hallis Hall. Yeah. He just kept on doing his thing. He was composed, acted like a true pro throughout. And I don't know, Zach, like, let me ask it to you this way. The entire process, like it just feels different with Caleb Williams. Even when he's up there speaking, nothing feels forced. It feels natural. And I know I bring this up a lot and people get mad at me, but he's not Mitch up there saying, I'm reading a book about leaders because that's what leaders do.
Yeah.
100%. Caleb is just being a leader and doesn't have to tell anybody about it because that's who he is naturally.
Yeah. You're right, man. Like, even like when they were reporting at this combine that, he didn't throw, but he stayed after to help out other guys and talk to other guys. That for me was like, okay, that's pretty cool. His pro day did pretty much the same thing. Drew a large crowd of NFL scouts to get, eyes on his teammates as well, handshaking them, dapping them up after. Like, it was just cool to see. And then when we get to talk to him, it's like, wow, this guy is like genuine, just 100%. Like, he's so comfortable with who he is. And I think overall, people are not, sometimes I'm not comfortable with who I am at times. Like, I just feel like that's, he's just so natural with it. Like, he's not worried about what other people say. To me, the early read on him is he's going to bust his ass. He's not going to, settle for just being, okay, I'm good enough to go out there and win games. Yeah. He always wants to get better.
Fuck it. I want 8 Super Bowls.
Exactly. Like, it's and it's just so natural with him up there at the podium too. He says, hey, how's everyone doing today? How are you guys doing? He ends it, saying the Bears, and he's just so cool. We got to have like a sit down with him after the draft, like a little personal like media thing. They usually do like 3-on-1, 2-on-1 type things. It was pretty much like 9 or 10 of us, and he was just so cool and calm and relaxed. And he stayed after his presser and watched Rome's presser, which was really cool to me. Yeah, he's just so he doesn't care about the paint and nail stuff. He doesn't care, it's man, it's a different era with this generation. Like TikTok, all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's so different. And I think this is like one of our very first big cases where it's kind of spilling into sports a little bit, where we're seeing like this new generation bring this stuff into sports. The fashion, it's cool to see. I hope he's really the guy. I really do, because it's kind of cool to see someone be that comfortable and really just not give a crap what anyone says, especially after what he had to go through with people just dragging his name on social media and just nonstop, man. It was
Zach, it really wasn't like here in the East Coast. Like everyone was like,
yeah,
it's a debate.
Yeah,
like,
right?
Caleb Williams is
Justin's cool,
like,
but bro, this is Caleb fucking
this is
Williams. You know how
Caleb
many
Williams.
times I heard that?
And
Yeah.
then let's just pull this back as investigators now. There is some people, obviously, that are in the business to knock people down.
100%.
It happens in acting and music industry, and now as you're talking about in the TikTok and the social media world, those rumors of pink nails and the homophobia stuff and all of that stuff out there, then after 3 months, because in November, December, when the Bears were heading towards that first overall pick, and
Yep.
I had came out and said Caleb Williams is the best I've ever scouted. I wasn't blowing smoke. That I said it last year. If he was in the draft, you trade Justin right away and you draft Caleb Williams. Well, he wasn't. We know how it played out, and the Bears won the lottery, the Mega Million, in getting this, right?
I sure did.
Then after a while, then the tone around Caleb, based on these, I don't know what to call them, these vultures, if you will, belittle and making those rumors up, like your interview with the guy from USC. I'm talking to former teammates and like, bro, that is the biggest crock. This poor kid has to that's bullshit. I can't believe he's like, I don't even know how. I talked to one of the fathers of a teammate of his. He's like, I don't know how this kid is handling this kind of disparaging lies that are just completely fraudulent. Talk about getting ready for the NFL. That lead up right there is, right? I mean, is there a better showcase of that? I mean, I don't know.
It was just crazy, man. It was just like, I don't know. It was just so weird because, like, do you guys remember when they drafted Justin and there was like concerns about him, and like a lot of that stuff probably came from like Georgia, people around Georgia, because of what happened there. This was different. Like, even people at Oklahoma I talked to, like, they loved him. Like, I know like Lincoln Riley's probably the more hated man leaving Oklahoma, going to USC. But like, I feel like people, especially the ones I talked to, like, didn't have as big of a problem. They kind of understood, yeah, like Caleb's gonna go, whatever. It is what it is. But like, no one, I mean, God, when Jaden Daniels left Arizona State, there was that clip of people in like his locker.
We played it on here. Yeah, they're like, see,
no one talked about that.
No one talked about it. Like,
except
I mean, I've never heard anything bad about Drake May as a teammate, JJ McCarthy as a teammate. I don't think they're bad teammates either. I don't know why it was just solely on Caleb Williams. To me, it made no sense. And I just think it came with that. A lot of people really liked Justin Fields. A lot of people had the blinders on and wanted Justin Fields to stay. To me, it was becoming more and more obvious, even when they were, winning a couple of those games. Like, they beat Minnesota. They didn't score a touchdown in that game.
Exactly.
Fields had that throw on third down. That was great. All props from there.
Exactly. Zach, we talked about it that night. What was it? It was like an 18-yard pass. And I'm like, people are like, oh my, you want to get rid of that? I'm like, it's one fucking pass, and this is the NFL. My God, you see that pass 4 times, a half in the NFL.
I
watching
agree.
Other teams.
And then I thought the nail in the coffin is, going to Green Bay and they just couldn't do anything at all that was it for me. And I think the Bears definitely had their mind made up. And like I said, Justin's a great kid, great guy. Nothing against it, but when you have the opportunity to go out and get Caleb Williams to reset the quarterback clock, to literally lead your franchise, to have a team that like they think they have a top 5 defense, they're that confident, like they have playmakers on offense now. Kind of just a no-brainer to me. It was always going to be Caleb. I never bought into trading the pick, the haul, any of that stuff. None of that stuff, man. Just didn't make sense.
Yeah, this was the haul right here.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the haul.
Dude, it was such a crazy time that I at the combine, I talked to someone who covers the NFL for a very big publication. This person's on TV, talked to numerous reporters. Literally, the same thing was, how can it not be Caleb? Is it even a debate? Like, what are you guys even debating in Chicago? I put that out there. My mentions, who gives a crap what people think, what other writers think? I'm like, these are people around the NFL talking to GMs, talking to other scouts, other personnel. It was just the blinders were just crazy.
We did a show at some
Jeremiah,
point. Yeah.
Charles Davis, all of these guys were like, it's a layup. It's not even a choice. It's and then to see 1920, that brought me back into the faith of the new era of football, that the GM and getting Ted Phillips, I honestly believe.
I think you got to throw Ian Cunningham in there with.
Ian,
I think it's them both. Yeah.
Kevin Warren, all of them. I really think if Ted Phillips was around this football team, he might have been swayed by this public intoxication with this young athlete. I could be wrong, but I'd say he would have a voice of saying, do we really want to upset this fan base? Like, look at that.
Or what about the Big Ten kid? They just won a national championship. I mean, I wouldn't put it past Ted.
The fact that you got a superstar. I mean, he's the best quarterback, the throwing quarterback that Hallis Hall has walked through those doors at Hallis Hall. As a college athlete coming in, he's the best we've ever had. So the excitement, could it be any higher, or the expectations too high right now, Zach?
No, I mean, dude, it's like it's night and day, the excitement there. Like, it's so weird. It's just like being there from draft day, being like in that building a couple times since then, probably 7, 8, 9 practices. It's just like excitement. Like, I don't even know how to really like explain it. It's just, there's like it's a different buzz. And
didn't you see Dan Weeder the first time he saw Larry Mayer after the draft? Did you see that clip?
Oh my fucking God. Your lunch with Larry.
Oh, God bless Larry, man. No, it's cool. It's like, it feels like they got it right. I hope so. Cause like, I've been doing this for 8, 9 years now. And I've seen one essentially winning season in a playoff game. Like, I'd love to go cover other playoff games. I'd love to
absolutely
do that. Expectations. See, here's where I'm at with this. I do think in a way there's going to be high expectations. Will there be too high expectations? I think so too. Like, should they contend for a playoff spot? Probably. Because at the end of the world, no. The end of the world scenario is they just come out and stink. Like, they just come out and lay eggs. But you're looking at that. You're looking at Matt Eberflus pretty much. You're not in there if that happens. I would say, if you have high expectations, I would temper him just a little bit. It's still a rookie, and I agree with what you said, Phil. I think he's probably the most talented passer they've had in that building, especially coming out of college. Jay Cutler did things with his arm, but he also wasn't their pick. He wasn't their guy to start. There's going to be rookie mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, even just fundamentally, that's the thing too. I mean, just Phil made a great point when we were breaking everything down. He's like, just the tape is that's the easy part. We talked that you could watch 3 games of him. And you're like, yeah, this is fucking crazy.
This
kid. It was always
it
was always the behind the scenes shit. There was so much bullshit out there. You had to go through those weeds. You had to look into it, see who this kid was, and they just knocked it out of the park.
Dan Orlovsky, Tim Hasselback stirring the pot.
Yeah.
I had a producer, I ate dinner with an ESPN big producer. I haven't even told Shane about this a couple days, a week ago or so, and they were like, "We draw a producing huddle, and who's going to take a role? I can sign up for that, and I can." And they create this conversation to get ratings and grasp it, and I could never work that way because I can never sell my integrity of what I see. I know Adam Rank last week was talking about Brian Baldinger never wanting to sell out, but they have those conversations there at the NFL Network. If you're in this to try to take an angle, to try to make an argument, this isn't simulating a debate. It's trying to get it right for the first time. And I think the Bears did. And it's unfortunate that these, I don't know, is Dan flip-flopped yet to Caleb Williams being great?
I don't even watch those shows anymore.
Yeah, I can't watch him. He has come around. He's been more complimentary, but that's just, it's par for the course, man. You said it perfectly, man. They're stirring the pot.
Yeah.
Who's the guy that was interviewed for a couple of GM jobs?
It's
somebody in the chat will get his
which
Louis Riddick.
Yeah, Riddick.
Oh, he's
Louis. He can't,
lost all respect.
If you looked at just a few years ago, he was the guy that coined Maserati Mitch.
Yeah.
Because he was so close with Matt Nagy. And then he's like, if I had the number one pick in the draft and I was a GM, I'm taking Jaden Daniels. And I mean, you know how we do it here, Zach. We broke down all of these guys on the patron side, and we were sitting here. We look at it ourselves, and then we get in the think tank in the group, and we're looking at it, and I'm like, Phil, he's like, dude, you watch Jaden Daniels, and I'm like, there's no fucking world where I would ever even remotely think about taking Jaden Daniels over Caleb Williams.
No.
Ever.
Honestly, man, I know I like North Carolina, but I would always say this. If you put Drake May on LSU, what do you think LSU is? I think they're better than what they were this
I could
year.
see it.
I think if you put Jane Daniels on North Carolina, I think North Carolina is either the same or, maybe a game or two better. I don't know, but I think LSU would be better. I think, Caleb, you put Caleb on LSU too. I think Caleb just had with USC's defense just being really, they probably should have fired Alex Grinch after the season before. The defense was just really bad. They were still putting up points. He was still putting up stats.
Well, that was the argument that we were trying to tell them.
41.6 points per game their defense gave up in the losses.
41.6. Now a football person, if you're a scout or you're analyzing and whatever, you put those percentage of numbers the defenses, or you just watch the game, you realize there's no fighting chance without Caleb Williams trying to make play. That's what his job was. They won 7 games.
Yeah.
If they didn't have Caleb Williams and they had that backup quarterback in there, they win 2.
Miller Moss.
Well, people don't see the full game because they're playing at 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, which is it sucks. And the games they do see, he plays against Notre Dame, which wasn't great. We can all say that. That's fine to say. He plays the bowl game 2 years ago against Tulane. They really felt like they should have won the Pac-12. They felt like they should have been in the college football playoff that year. They still put up 40-something points in that game or something like that. Gave up some big plays at the end. So you're right, Phil. They don't see those games because they're on so late, and the ones that they saw, unfortunately, played against a really damn good Notre Dame defense. So it happens.
That's the thing too, and Phil, you're gonna laugh at this because I still have it sitting right here by my computer, but we refer back to this all the time, and this is one of the things to not bring up Greg Gabriel's name again, but part of the narrative was he wasn't the same player after Notre Dame after they exposed him. And I said, let's just base it on numbers. These are Caleb's numbers after Notre Dame on the season. 1,612 passing yards. He was 124 of 185, 67% completion percentage, 7 touchdowns, 1 interception with 5 rushing touchdowns. he struggled. He struggled. That's just basic. That's just looking at stats. Imagine if he wasn't on the field.
Well, someone put it here in the chat too. Caleb threw for 460 and 5 touchdowns in that bowl game.
Yeah,
but no, he lost. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
He took
460 yards. He had a bad game.
Yeah.
Well, even I think if someone wants to look up, I think the game 2 years ago against Utah, they lost on the road. Utah
Yes,
came down.
Daniel
scored.
Jeremiah talked about that.
Yes, watch that game. I remember sitting there. It was a Fox game, I believe. It was at night. It was a late game, and the Utah quarterback, hell of a player, led them down the field. They got the 2-point conversion at the end, but Caleb, I mean, he played well enough to win that game. It was like what, like 50
Can't play
something?
safety, Zach. He can't play corner, right?
It's crazy. And then he was hurt. He was hurt in the rematch too, in Las Vegas in the Pac-12 title game. I mean, and I think he's talked about it on the record too. So it's just, yeah, I don't know. I don't have any worries about his college games. Just watch the tape.
I've had a scout say to me, he's like, what you were saying with Drake May. He goes, here's a little secret for you. Imagine Caleb Williams at LSU with all those weapons.
I mean,
what he would have done, they wouldn't have any kind of understanding. There would be a slant. It's a team game. This guy, like Shane said, my father, to your point, my dad was like, Phil, I love Jaden Daniels. I hope the Patriots get him because he's a big Patriot fan. He cheers for the Bears for us. I don't get to see Caleb Williams. I'm 83 years old. I go to bed. We put on his 2000 this last year. We played 6 games, like cut him up. No, 7 games of his cut ups. My dad, after like 4 minutes, was like, is this like a highlight reel? Like, this is unbelievable. It's like Dan Marino and Patrick Mahomes had a child. It's look at his feet, his ability to throw it, and it's all on time with anticipation. Me, Shane, and my dad were like cracking up laughing. Like, it's
got to the point where
insanity.
it just felt like you're like, I think
so
we were
different.
laughing not even just at the talent, we were laughing at, holy fuck, the Bears pulled this off.
Yeah,
because
they're getting this
Zach, you've
guy.
been around this. Normally in a draft like this, we're drafting number 2.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Caleb Williams is
100%.
number 1.
100%. It's like the old Bulls thing. The Bulls, pick like 7 every year, 6 every year, and always, it's a 6-player draft or it's a 5-player draft.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I agree. I mean, like watching USC, like obviously I do think, in college, he has a lot more time to run around back there and make all those plays. That's not going to happen all the time in the NFL. That's just kind of how it goes. But I think the arm talent's there, the footwork's there. The anticipation's there. He's got weapons at the next level as well. So I think he's got a good situation going into. He did struggle in OTAs and minicamp at times, but that's to be expected. He also performed well. It's just the one day, I think it was OTAs that we were allowed, he struggled. The day before, they came out and said he did really well. So there's going to be ups and downs, but I don't think this will be a problem for him.
Yeah, and that's what's part of it, Zach. And I think this is what a lot of people are forgetting, and especially the Justin Fields crowd, what they're banking on. And I understand they're going to root for Caleb.
Yeah.
But if Caleb doesn't go out there and lead the Bears to the playoffs in year 1, then it's a failure. We're not even looking at 2025. We're not looking at 2030 and 2031 when the plan is for him to still be here and growing. That's it. It's 2024 and that's it for these people. It's so short-sighted, but it's
asinine.
It is. It
And
really is.
It's unfortunate. We do have to talk about it, Zach, because you have to set the chessboard appropriately.
Yeah.
Like,
Caleb gets the preseason. Justin's going to figure it out in year 4.
He's going to figure it out as a kick returner in Pittsburgh. You'll see. And then he's going to do it. Take over for Russ. No, but Troy Aikman, Peyton Manning, these guys, first overall picks come into the NFL. They struggled. Right? It does take time to adjust. One of the things that Justin bit his own ass with was his comment. I don't even know if it was you that asked him about the speed of the game.
No, it's not me. I remember that though.
That was his rookie year. Yeah,
that was his rookie. This
might have been
is
was it in the preseason?
It was preseason, yeah.
Yeah.
Preseason. So it wasn't it? And it obviously was his biggest issue was that. So this stuff, has to be set appropriately. Expectation should be. But again, there's a supersized talent. To your point, I said the same thing, Zach. I was like, well, Jay Cutler, God could have created a quarterback. Jay had everything. He just didn't have it up here and in here. That's different. When you step to the podium, there's a likable, and I always say this to people, interviews don't, the personality of a person, how competitive they are, how personable they are. What is that? It's like a math equation. It then equals the amount they care.
Yeah.
If they care about winning, then they're going to do everything in their power to do it. That was the secret sauce with Walter Payton. He cared about his team winning. It drove him insane. It made him work harder, made other people around him work harder. It sets the tone. This guy is cut from that type of cloth. And listen, I have never been more excited for a football season with the Chicago Bears in my life than I have this season coming up, man.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks from Friday, I believe, is
19th.
should be the opening pressers, practices, I believe, that weekend. They get the extra week, which is kind of nice. And Hard Knocks will be there. That'll be kind of interesting.
Oh,
Are you going to be moving towards those cameras?
Is Pearson getting the fade cleaned up and the
yeah. I'm gonna have to.
You got the wifey on Hard Knocks patrol.
We'll see.
You got to get him that TTNL hoodie, Phil, that he can wear it on Hard Knocks.
Yes.
I don't even know the process of what's all gonna happen yet. Like they really haven't told us anything.
Larry Mayor's got it on lockdown.
Yeah, Larry's gonna be a star of that show. I guarantee you, he's on there more than one. I guarantee it. No, I'm excited for that though. It's gonna be. I've talked to someone who's done it before with the Raiders. That was kind of a weird year though, because that was all like the Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Everything go wrong essentially. And he said, it's just different. It's a little bit more media access, I believe, which is nice. We'll have to see how it goes because man, I've been at Hallis Hall and there is just like nowhere to sit anymore in those press conference rooms. There is so many people there.
Everyone's there, huh?
Everyone is there. Literally everyone is there. I mean, it's wild, but that's what comes with it, man. There's a lot of excitement around this team, a lot of anticipation for this upcoming season. Like I can't remember a time the media room has been that packed outside of probably the week of the playoff game against the Eagles a couple years back. When they got Khalil Mack, it was a little crowded. Not like that though. Like this
not like this, huh?
This is totally different. And this is, I'll say just for this media room, they have another like conference room they use for coach hires and GM hires, which we've been in there way too much the last 10 years. But it's definitely different. The anticipation and excitement is. I can't wait to just go out to training camp and just see everyone there. It's gonna be fun, man.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But if we move away from Caleb bringing up a Dunze, Zach, and I just want to kind of take before we talk about him too much, just the situation at 9, and I want to get your perspective on it because I've heard some things. I know Phil has heard some things. Like if he wasn't available at 9, my understanding, the target was to move back, and Fuaga was the guy. Have you heard anything like that?
Similar, yes, yeah. Offensive lineman.
And I specifically heard Fuaga. That's what what I heard.
I don't think they would have gone after one of the edge guys. That was kind of rumored that they would be interested in. But man, it would have been that. It would have been either move back for him. They loved Rome. Like they loved him. Like I'm very curious what they would have done 2 or 3 if they were sitting there.
It sounds like if you watch 1920, man, it sounds like 1 and 2, top 2.
Yeah.
top
that was
two
Ian
pick.
Cunningham. That wasn't even.
They
that
weren't
wasn't Ryan
acting
Poles.
either because the
No.
reality was they were nervous with the Giants on the clock.
Yeah, and
You think they take him here? Think they take Rome? He says.
Yeah, and I think Atlanta did them a big favor.
Yeah.
Man, they love Rome. I know for sure they had some red flags on some guys that went before Rome. So
I'll
that
say
kind
it
of
for
plays
you.
in it.
I'll say it for you, Malik Neighbors.
Yes, yeah, Malik Neighbors.
His personality alone, just listening to him talk.
So here in New York, Zach, and I don't know if you saw it, but I'm here in New York, and when he came for a visit here, he sat down with the media. In the first 30 seconds, he said to them, he's like, yeah, they love me. They know they got to get a quarterback that can get me the ball. That was his first comment.
Oh, no.
I'm like, they just gave Daniel Jones 40 minutes. We know Daniel Jones isn't going to work out. We know that. But that can't be your first comment, man.
I've heard some. Yeah, I've heard some. There's some red flags with him. Hell of a football player. But yeah, I heard that the Bears' interactions with him did not go as they wanted. Marvin Harrison, I'm guessing they were probably operating like he was going to be gone no matter what. Like, Arizona wasn't going to pass him up. But yeah, Rome was their guy right after Caleb. And now it kind of all makes sense though. Like they're all kind of hanging out before the draft, doing that workout in Los Angeles. Caleb tweeting about it. I'm happy with the pick. That's who I predicted they would take. That's who I wanted them to take. But yeah, I did hear the same as you with the offensive lineman.
He was my number one wide receiver, Zach.
Yeah, Phil had a Doomsday number one, even over Harrison.
Wow.
He did
over Harrison, and I had neighbors over Harrison too. But that's another show. The reality was, though, the Bears got the two best guys for me too, and it kind of matched up. And I thought they were authentic. The only thing I could have been talked into was Brock Bowers and making a case to use him as a weapon outside, almost like I compared him to Terrell Owens. Like he has that kind of strength and the ability to match up outside and get mismatches. As a coach, I would have had those would be the two guys I would have taken at 9. Rome would do that, and then Olu Fashanu would have been in the conversation as far as the left tackle if they were going to go there. But listen, Adunze, the personality of Adunze and Caleb Williams.
Yeah,
I got to shout out Ryan Poles because he's doing something that never has been done in Chicago. They're putting football first, football players, and then there's an attachment to the Chicago franchise. They look for these guys that have some fandom that gives them a check in the box. And Shane and I have always talked about that. It's important to get guys that care about winning and losing and the way they are, but also the franchise. And I feel like you see it every day. You go to your job and your pressers and you do a great job, man. And I appreciate it. You see him when he leaves, he goes, "Duh, Bears," or whatever, or "Go Bears." Every time he leaves the podium, there's an excitement about it. Some people
Tariq Stevenson did it on the cornhole championship.
Yeah.
Like Caleb says, "The Bears."
Yeah.
Did he do it?
Yeah.
Even Shane's getting converted back because Caleb's.
I don't mind the players now. I couldn't stand the 1985 version of that's what we're built on. That's what we're taught. I'm like, oh my God. Nobody listen. I love Walter 80. That's great. That can't be the sole focus of your entire franchise. And that's, you
got to flip the page eventually, right?
Yeah. We had an offensive guard at one point as the face of our franchise when Kyle Long was here. Let that sink in. An offensive guard.
I know. They couldn't even move him to left tackle for me.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I'm with you, Phil. I think Ryan and Ian and their football guys, they're looking, it's, football first, what type of person you are, what how important is this to you? And I'm not saying they're not saying okay, we want a guy who's just dialed in football 24/7.
Yeah.
He's at home, he's doing nothing but watching football. To me, that's a little too robotic. I need give me something. Put on Netflix. Something like that.
Authenticity. There's
Yeah,
authenticity.
Be a
They
normal person.
you hit it right, bro. You hit it right. It's not a phony because no one's like that.
Yeah,
no one's like that. I mean, Peyton Manning might have been like that.
Well, somebody interviewed Caleb Williams about what he's going to do in the dead period, and he's like, is going to feel good to get away. He's like, I can't really ever get away from football. It's it's always there. I can never get away from it. He goes, I might go in, work out, and then I'll get away from it for the rest of the day. But it's right, man. It's got to be. Listen, even him talking to Tom Brady and hearing Tom Brady say it's got to be all about football. He is all about ball, but he's also all about his brand, and that is the type of different direction this franchise needs. Because you said it a little bit before. You're talking about the different generation, Zach, with everybody's on TikTok and everybody's putting themselves out there. That's why we always laughed here when they're like, oh, it's gonna be a distraction, I'm like, dude, they're doing all of this themselves anyway. Tariq Cohen tweeted out a video of Kyle Long naked one. Remember that? When that
post
shit broke? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was to get into the play. That's when we won the NFC North.
Oh,
yeah.
That was Green Bay.
Yeah, that was that game right after.
Yeah, no, and like I said, man, it'll be a breath of fresh air because being around that locker room late in the season, 14, 15, week 16, it's dead. It just feels so dead in there. It's like a graveyard almost at times. Like players knew they were moving on. Players knew what was going on. This is probably like last 5 years. Like it just, I don't think it was Deshaun Gibson who did in the news for something else, but
surprised by that.
He had the quote that said at the end of 1 year, he's like, at this time of the year, you're shipping off your car to your home state, and a lot of guys are checked out, and it is true, and that's not the first time I've heard that there.
It is. It's crazy. Did you watch 1920 Football Drive? I'm sure you did. Or
yes, I've not seen the last one was that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it was the breakdown of right inside the draft room.
No, I did see that one, I believe. Yeah.
So there hasn't been one since.
Yeah. So what kind of caught, I don't want to say it caught me off guard, but you always hear Ryan Poles and Ian Cunningham, and they talked about it, their first draft, the secondary fell. They weren't expecting them to. And he's like, yeah, we're BPA all the way. But what struck me is these guys on this draft, they're talking about after the Adunze pick, he's like, we're going to look at the punter at 122. And then we're hoping after that we can trade back up for Booker. So, I mean, it wasn't a BPA. They had their specific players that these are the dudes that we're going to get.
And needs too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But it just kind of struck me a little bit. I'm not sure if they were going to go Amagaji for sure. It sounds like maybe Braylon Trice could have been the target.
Trice. Yeah. I think
and he went right before.
That's
kind of what I heard.
Did he go the pick before, or a couple picks before, or right before the?
Yeah, it was like either the pick before or two picks right before Trice went, and it sounds like they pivoted to Amagaji. But right after that, they're like, talking about tomorrow. He's like, 122 we're the punter, and then we're gonna jump back up for Booker in maybe the end of round 4 or into round 5. And I'm like, wow, there's nothing BPA about that. We got our guys, and we're going to get them.
That's who we want. And honestly, like they needed a new punter. Like as much as I like Jordan Guerra, dead last in punting last year. Like you spend a pick on a weapon like that for a reason.
I said it, Zach. I go and it's live on our air.
We gotta come away for him.
I go tomorrow. We gotta come away with the punter. He's the game changer.
Not a punter.
I said the punter.
Yeah.
I was talking about.
There was the Arizona kid. Was he pretty solid punter too? Was he like the next? I believe he was like number 2, right? Like he was.
Might have been. I just was the kid from Iowa. Honestly,
but you're there, Zach. I mean, what you speak to being there for? It's.
Oh, did you see him punt?
I watched more punter tape this year specifically on Taylor, because you're like, how the fuck? I mean, the ball, I've never seen anything like it. You've been there live.
First one I saw was a shank, unfortunately. It wasn't okay. It wasn't a 20-yard like my golf swing on the third hole, par 3 over here. It just kind of shanked out of bounds,
Yeah.
I can't honestly, 40-ish yards, something like that, 45. But after
that's a bomb.
That's
for
a Trenton Gill.
Yes. Because I was trying to think back. I'm like, man, he'll probably struggle with that. So I didn't want to say like, man, like different. But no, I do think I have seen how it's kind of set up is when they're on the other field, the offense is like doing the stretching and stuff, and we're on this field. We usually get like the punters in between and things like that. So yeah, it is kind of interesting to watch him punt because you can kind of see like how the technique of getting in the air, not only that, but it just stopping, like just in the ground, either getting the backspin on it or just stopping. Not many that have just gone forward and rolled into, too far away. It's a technique, man. It is so interesting to watch him take that ball, line it up, and then boom, there you go. And it's downed right there perfectly in the corner. So yeah, he was impressive. I'm kind of curious to see how it's going to go in training camp when they, kind of bring the rush at him a little bit, see if he can get it off. But yeah, outside that one shank, I didn't want to kind of start off on that.
That was another thing on 1920. Poles was positive since he was going to take him in round 4, and then he wouldn't even be available at 122. He said that openly, but
it's a need, it's a weapon, it's a guy that can change. Like we forget, man, you have a good defense, you pin someone back inside their 15, you get a 3 and out. Your offense is starting 50, maybe plus territory.
It's a weapon. He was a weapon at Iowa. They called him the offensive MVP for God's sake. So you're looking at a guy that, to your point, when you have a defense that's growing and building and playing the way they did, especially in those zone concepts, and you're pinning people back, that gives you an opportunity to set your offense up. And when you have a rookie, accurate passer, the sky's the limit for short fields. And you get points. You want to come away with points in this league. Torrey you got 3 starters out of this draft. And it's really, really, really smart stuff.
27-year-old rookie that's really something too. That's
Is that the oldest rookie?
No, because wasn't Wenke 28?
Yeah, Wenke I think was playing college at 28, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so. I think
how the fuck did he get away with that?
And he was a first round. Wasn't Wenke he the first rounder? Was that the other?
Did he play baseball? That was that.
That was the story of why he had those years.
I mean, Miami has a punter.
He won the Heisman.
Yeah,
Chris Wenke.
Yeah,
crazy.
Was
he first round pick? Was he?
Wasn't it? Who's the one that the Browns took in the first round? He was older.
What the fuck was his name? Oklahoma State, was it?
It wasn't Couch, right? No,
that was
the redhead. He was a redhead.
Yeah, it was.
It was Whedon.
They took.
Yes. Brandon Whedon.
That's right. He went to Oklahoma State.
They took Richardson and Whedon. That was their 2 first-round pick. Trent Richardson, the running back. That was their 2 first-rounders. Brandon Whedon played baseball because I believe the Dodgers drafted him.
Did they?
I think so. Yeah.
He owns a landscaping company right now.
Yeah.
Whedon.
It's crazy.
He's still Whedon.
Yeah. Does Khalil Herbert make this team?
Man. Yes. But okay. Here's the thing here.
Yes.
With this new kickoff thing,
I brought him up the field the other day about that. Remember?
The roster numbers get very interesting because when you look at it, it's always a numbers game at the end. Like, what is it? Usually like 48, 49 to 53-ish, whatever it is, that's the numbers. You have special teams value. Someone's going to get left out. I think that changes with this kickoff, man. I think they're going to be looking at 45 to like 53 as the numbers that kind of interchange. I think he makes a team. Yeah, I do think it's his last year, though. I think he makes a team. And it's going to be fun to see who they put back there. Because because I think they're going to go with that kind of two return man type thing. Get a speed and kind of get someone that's maybe a little bigger like Herbert back there as well. I think he makes the team though. I think they're going to carry Swift, Herbert, Roshan. I think they're going to carry Blossingame.
So that's the interesting one because
that
there was no fullback, but I mean, so they're going to deploy him as like an H-back type, you think?
I think so, yeah. Because Waldron really does not use. I mean,
they're right.
Do not
That's what I
use
mean.
fullbacks in Seattle. So, yeah,
I think Blossingame can do it easily.
Yeah, and I think he's got the experience with the team. He's familiar with the guys. Homer would be a guy. Special teams. What can you do for me there? He'd probably be the odd man out.
I don't think Homer makes this team.
Yeah.
I think he'd be the odd man out of those.
Yeah,
out of
me
those
too.
guys out.
It was interesting. I forget who it was, but it was at the Super Bowl. They asked Khalil Herbert if he had talked to Shane Waldron yet, and he's like, "Yeah, I haven't heard from him."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh boy, that's not great."
Yeah. No, I think you keep him. I think you just keep him this 1 year.
Yeah, it's a running back. Use him up. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, more than likely, someone's gonna get hurt in that backfield.
Sure. And they've all. I mean, Swift has an injury history. Roshan with his concussions. Yeah, you never.
Yep.
He could be starting a couple of games for you. No, I get it.
Any of those undrafted kids stand out to
I was
you?
thinking, God, who's the running? Was it Isaiah? God, it's been like 4 weeks now since I've been out there. What is it? As Isaiah? I think it's Isaiah. He's
the kid from
Howard
University.
He's from Howard. Yeah, he might be the one that can make some noise in that running back room. For me, it's probably practice squad to start. I just
Ian Wheeler.
From
Howard.
From Howard.
Yeah.
Yes, my apologies. Like I said, I've been out there trying to keep my mind off football for.
I couldn't think of his name either.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like someone mentioned here, the DT from Illinois. Keith Ray, is it Randolph?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He'd be someone I'd keep an eye on.
I wasn't impressed with his tape.
But here's the thing, though, man. They're going to need bodies up front still, I think, in that defensive line.
Is there going to be a free agent signing soon there?
If there is, it would be an Ngakoue in my eyes.
Yeah.
Really?
I think that's still the guy.
For about half the prices of last year.
I would say 4.5 million would be their comfort with him. I think, everything I've been told, he's ready to go. If he wants, the Bears want him, I think that'd be a good price for him. But I worry about that defensive line at times, though. Like, I do think, like, you got Montez Sweat. I love that. That's great. Opposite of him, though, I mean, as good as Montez Sweat is, he's not a guy. I don't see him getting 24, 22, 20, sacks like that, getting in the 20s. Can DeMarcus Walker do it? Can Austin Booker? I'm probably going to wait a little bit on Austin Booker for him to take that next step.
You saw Dominique Robinson. Was it you that reported that he looks completely different?
He looks a little thinner, yeah. Like a little, not fit, leaner. I think like a little leaner. Still got kind of muscle with him. Not as I don't want to like put the guy not as heavy, but I don't think he was ever like fat or anything like that.
Right. Maybe he dropped a few to get more twitchy.
A little more like that.
Maybe lean muscle on him.
But again, man, are we trusting those three right away?
No. That's why it's
the wild card, Zach, it's kind of tied to Montez Sweat, but it's how you acquired him with that second rounder, because now you have the extra second rounder. I mean, you have your own or Carolina's, because I mean that could very well be the route that they go in season. Give these guys a little bit of a rope, see how Ngakoue is off the ankle, let Booker, get his palate wet a little bit. And if these guys come out and listen, they're facing a lot of young quarterbacks and inexperienced quarterbacks themselves. They catch fire. I think that's a move that you have to make if you have a guy that comes available, or even like if you're trading Cars brought it up on Cars Keys a couple of weeks ago when we did one, even going after somebody like the pass rusher from the Patriots. It's going to be a free agent. Jesus, why am I blanking out his name? Oh shit.
This is not a good show for us in names.
No.
Could he pay?
See, don't have kids, don't get older. This is what happens. You forget
yes, literally. This is
somebody in the Yeah, Judon.
Judon?
Oh, Matthew
Matthew
Judon.
Oh
Judon.
my God! If you
Yeah.
get that motherfucker,
But he's a little bit older. So you're talking like maybe you might even be able to get something done like with that, like a 4th round draft pick, maybe a 3rd round draft pick because he's a little bit older.
I would take that today, tomorrow, next.
I mean, what if you go into the trade deadline? You're, let's say, 2 games over 500. The NFC North is tight.
Yeah.
You're thinking, man, okay, we gave Robinson his chance. We gave, even if Ngakwe is here or something, we gave these guys their chances. DeMarcus Walker, go out and acquire them. You still have that 2nd round pick, like you said.
Yeah.
But I mean, you have some needs next year on the offensive line too, in my opinion. So
Absolutely.
I would
be
love.
interesting.
Let's be honest. The offensive,
Judon, man, holy shit!
if
I'm a big fan of that dude.
Well, and the Patriots are probably going to be bad too.
oh, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, and it's they're gonna be in asset accumulation mode in terms of draft picks. But that's that's a guy. But getting onto the offensive line, Zach. I mean, listen, we all know the talent of Tevin Jenkins, but you have to be on the football field, and this is a big year for him. He's already went to the front office about a possible extension, and they said, yeah, we're not, not now. But let's be honest,
man,
the whole interior of that line, left guard, center, and right guard, could all be different next year.
Yeah,
beyond, and who knows what happens with Braxton Jones? Yet again, yeah,
you might have 4.
Yeah.
And I like I love Braxton. I think he can get better, but I mean, we gotta be realistic. Like, if you could get an upgrade at left tackle, I mean,
they almost did it, Zach. If Rome wasn't there, we just talked about it.
Yeah, they almost went. Yeah. I agree, and I think like with Tevin, I kind of felt bad when he said that. He's like, yeah, we've approached them, but they just said nothing's going on right now. I was like, whoa, okay.
But I think that's honestly the right approach, though, because
it has to be.
He's got to stay on the field.
It has to be. He is a hell of a player when he's on the field.
He's your best offensive lineman when he's on the field.
Yes, and
it's really not even close when he's locked in and playing.
He can't. Like, I mean, what was it? I think it was the Patriots. Was it the Patriots game he got hurt where someone stepped on him or something like that, or the helmet or hit his head in one of them?
And when he gets hurt, you see the reaction when he gets hurt. It looks like it's like, oh my God,
he's angry though.
Yeah, and I feel for him, man, because
I don't think he likes. Yeah, I don't think he's a mental midget looking to get hurt.
No.
Well, I don't know, me either.
I would love to see them move him to left tackle. I think he could do it. He's a dancing bear out there, but they didn't do that. So
he sounds comfortable. Comfortable.
Yeah, I said to Shane, you watch him. You're seeing a man move NFL players like they're nothing. That's Kyle Long did that. That level to be able to move people like that, Larry Allen type of ability here. This is so to your point, the one ray of sunshine was when they talked about the leadership people and who they brought to talk with Caleb Williams was Tevin Jenkins was one of those guys, which to Shane and me
stood out to me.
Stood out, and I was like, okay, that's awesome, especially from where he was. Now he's becoming a father, he's getting married. Those things help in regards to putting football first and kind of buying into this culture of what it is they're doing. So Tevin Jenkins, to me, they're doing the right thing by him, because you can always put the tag on him if he performs the way we believe he can, if he stays healthy. But the Nate Davis stuff scares me, because that has he's talented as hell, but what is going on? What is the rumor that's going on with this guy? He's sitting out. We had last year's family stuff. So where is it now?
The family stuff last year, I feel for him. Here's my thing. I think the Bears could have handled that a lot better. I think the Bears could have told us privately, hey, he's dealing with something. Lay out. We had no clue. And I feel bad. I mean, I put out some stuff like he's got to get out there and play on the field, and I had no clue what was going on.
How does that work if the player goes to, let's just say they go to management and say, I don't want this? talked about at all. I mean,
I don't think
could it be
it's.
something like that?
I don't think it's ever happened. I mean,
Yeah.
it's probably happened, but we've never been like
Yeah.
told. I think off the record probably could have been hey, just a heads up, like something's going on. You know what I mean? And I don't know, man. I think the OTA stuff this year, we saw that with him in Tennessee too.
Yeah.
Like he was just not out there, or if he was not doing
The head
stuff.
coach of Tennessee hated him.
Yes, Vrabel.
Yeah, hated him.
And that's
Not a
partially
good
why.
sign.
Yeah, partially why he's wasn't with Tennessee after that. I think a training camp, if this is going on, maybe get a surprise cut. I don't think it's gonna get to that point though.
Yeah.
I think he'll be fine practicing.
It's way more digestible financially if they keep him this year and do it,
and then moving
next
on,
offseason.
for next year. Yeah, I do think this will probably be his last year though, unless he
Me
comes
too.
out.
Yep.
If he has a Pro Bowl year, something like that, and turns it around, yeah. But it never got off the right start. I don't, you guys, Phil, you watch more tape than I did, admittedly. What did you see from him? I don't think he was terrible last year.
He had games where he was great.
That's okay.
And then a few games where he was like,
But
is this the same guy?
Yeah, that's
You
the
could
thing.
tell.
It was great, but the drop off was
bad.
drastic.
But again, to your point, the Bears could have handled this better. And let's be honest, life and family is more important.
100%.
Right.
Yeah,
And
but
fans forget
they've
that.
struggled with that shit forever. I mean, even under Ryan, look at the beginning of last season when everything was going on. I mean, it was awful. It was awful. I've never seen anything like. I can remember being at my son's soccer game, and I'm like,
Alan
"Is this
Williams?
Is this fucking real?
The
Is
running
this
back
real life?" I
coach.
mean, there was some
was the weirdest
crazy
thing.
ass rumors going
That
around
was
about
the
that.
absolute weirdest day, and all they had to do is come in and tell us, like, "Hey,
Yeah,
here, whatever it was, here," or "This is not it. This is not true." I mean, what was it, Charles? There was the thing of Charles Tillman, like,
yeah, that he was part of the FBI raid.
I don't know what the hell. Yeah, that was the weirdest day. Then we went into the locker room, and they're like, "Yeah, Justin wants to talk to you." We're like, "Justin's going to talk to us about Alan Williams," and that's when he had to walk back the whole.
He criticized the coaches. And then
Yeah,
walked it back.
that had to
Phil
walk.
and I
it
were
back.
like, "Oh shit!" He actually came out and said something with some substance. We were proud of him. And then he fucking walked it back 20 minutes later.
What he said. I mean, what he
Paula
said.
Abdul.
It was true. He probably honestly.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
without a
Good
doubt.
for him. Good for him.
Overcoached.
I think for me, I was like, okay, now you're growing as a leader. Then you walked it back and you fall on your face. Like,
but it was just so fucking odd. The whole thing
Claypool
was
stuff.
Yeah,
the Claypool. Oh yeah, the
Alan
Claypool.
Williams. The running backs
The
coach.
running back coach. Like
And then
2-3 weeks later, after
Yeah.
Alan Williams, the running back coach.
And then we're not worried about our culture here. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm worried about your culture. What the
But the
hell's
shit
going on
was-
inside this building?
I'm not going to get into some of the rumors, that we had heard, but I mean, some of the rumors were fucking.
Yeah.
I mean, holy shit!
Yeah,
It's like a fucking.
I couldn't believe
movie,
that it
yeah.
didn't come out.
Yeah,
type
it still
thing.
hasn't. I mean,
Nobody has said what transpired.
no one's got anything on it. I don't know what the hell is going on. All I have is I have the press release that's like an Arial font that says like Alan Williams is like resigned or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and they didn't even put like their letterhead on it. And I'm just like, what the? And they didn't even say like we wish him the best.
Right.
Man, that's gonna
Later,
be.
he did talk him up, like, oh, he's a good guy, but can't really speak on that and keep moving. And he got caught in that lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He totally lied, like he didn't know, but he did know.
Yeah.
I thought he was done for, the coach. That was
me
He's
too.
the
That-
big
yeah.
thing.
I was 100%.
He's
Yeah.
the big.
Like, well, this is over. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
he's-
You just can't have that.
He's got a extreme makeover, so to speak, for this year's look and everything. And, the roll tide of not Alabama, but Ryan Poles and Ian Cunningham's offseason. He still, for me, even more so than who's playing opposite Montez Sweat, is Coach Eberflus. What is he going to set? as his culture with a rookie quarterback. Now, everything he's done, I love the fact that he nipped the fucking shit out of. Now, is he going to be the backup quarterback? And are you going to bring? Nope, he's our star. I like that he did that.
I remember texting Bragg because it was Carm that asked that question.
Yeah.
And I texted Braggs live. I'm like, well, Carm asked the dumbest fucking question at the presser today. He starts laughing, but then he's like, you got to look at it this way. It's maybe the question wasn't great, but you were actually looking for the reaction to see how Eberflus would answer it.
Yeah.
And to Phil's point, he nailed it.
It was great. It was great. Didn't leave anything on the table. Just fly. Here you go.
Yeah.
Here it is.
That's how I hope he is this season.
But just play off that, Phil, and Zach, you're there. To me, it started to change late in the year last year where Flus seemed like, to me, he got a little bit more comfortable with you guys. And I always point back to the, what's up your sleeve? I don't know. What's up yours? The leisure thing. It just started with that where he started to have a little bit of a back and forth where he would not just crumble, he would give it back a little bit. Just he seemed a little bit more at ease. And then, this off season and the transformation and all that. But what do you think?
He's still got the robot. He's still got like the weirdness to him. Like in OTA, he's like, oh, the Chicago Mafia is here.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Or like the one day he's like, yeah, we didn't know if the weather would cooperate today for us to be outside. I'm like, dude, it's been 85 and sunny for like the past 6 hours out here, and it's only like 10 a.m. Like, what are we talking about?
He did take some shots at Courtney Cronin, our girl.
Oh yeah, with the preseason game. What's at home?
Preseason. Yeah, well, I mean, in Courtney's defense, honestly, that's not the first thing we look at.
I remember I was listening to it live, and I said that's actually great. It's a great question. And then he said, "I'm like, oh fuck, that's right. The game is at home." So I fell into the same trap as Courtney.
They played the Bengals at home, and I only know that because of that. They play the Bills. I mean, I think they play the Bills.
Play the Bills.
Yep.
And we all know the Houston.
Buffalo?
Yeah, I think it's at Buffalo. Well, we know the Houston game because it's been
is in Canton.
I don't. To be honest, this is gonna sound bad. I don't know their first. Who's their first?
The Canton, Houston.
Well,
and then
the second
first game is.
Yeah.
Is it Cincy?
No, it's Houston, then at Buffalo, Cincy at home, and then at Kansas City. So they're technically.
Night, buddy.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow.
No,
but I mean, yeah, he still got the quirkiness. I think they got him a coach, like someone to help him talk to the media a little bit, or at least kind of go through things. Like, all right, here's kind of how you talk.
Yeah.
I don't want to say talk, but kind of get like a I don't know what they call him, but someone to help him out with public
media, public relations.
Larry Mayer dropped the fucking hammer on Flus.
Yeah,
right?
but I mean, they still like I said, there's still quirkiness. They still got to improve a little bit in the PR department. Get ahead of things.
I will say this: what is it? July 3rd. I will say if he comes to the podium after a loss and starts listing the positives
every week, yeah,
then whoever's helping him should be fired because you have to own what transpired first. Like we played like shit.
Yeah, we played bad.
Everybody knows, and then you're forgiven.
Yeah.
And then you have the
but
job.
An
to
NFL player wants that, Phil.
Exactly.
We've talked to enough guys, and it's
it's
like you're coaching a bunch of 8-year-olds where you're not gonna hammer them. It's
you're coaching you're talking to a bunch of 9-year-old moms.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, well, Johnny had a nice run.
Exactly.
Billy had a nice throw.
Listen, I got all of your kids opportunities to play. And we punted really well today. Tori did a great job there in that third quarter.
Yeah, grass was green out there for a little bit. It's like, what the hell? Like, well, that one video they put out of him in the locker room where he's like, all right, gotta get to our list.
Yeah,
he's like reading it off. I'm like, or even when they win too, it's like some weird stuff. Like, just get to the dang. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I do think he's gotten better. I mean, I think he's got better public
Hard
speaking.
Knocks
We'll
is going to
see.
be must-see TV.
Oh man, dude, that's going to be incredible. Like,
Will
there's
you
so
see-
many characters.
Do you think that
follow him? Will they
do you think
follow
that there
him?
was any truth to the fact that the Bears knew very early on that they were the Hard Knocks team, and his wife and daughters went to him and be like, "We gotta fix you up a little bit.
Extreme
You can't be going
makeover.
on Hard Knocks as the
Swan.
head coach,
I
looking
don't
the way
think
that you do."
I don't think that's the case. I think I do think, he got the stylist with everything, helped him
Yeah.
out. I think they knew. I think they had a rough idea at the end of the year, end of the season. I think they kind of fully knew months back, I'd say. I think they told George, like, you're not getting out of this one. Here you go. This is
How
it.
could they? They shouldn't.
Smithers.
We
They
talked about
want-
it last year, how they would have been great last year. And Phil, if you remember, I'm like, this is
No,
a
you wait for
year
next
too
year.
early.
You
wait
called
for
it.
Yeah, you might
Well,
have
I forgot
Caleb.
about that till today.
Yeah. Once the Jets got Rodgers, it was in the books. It was over for that. But like, yeah, I mean, I think it's great. I think it's more exposure to your franchise. It's another chance to get you on TV, see the positive vibes you're building. They're just so old school. It goes back to that old school mentality where they want everything under wraps. But hey, you can stop Hard Knocks by making the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
Imagine that.
ways you can stop Hard Knocks from coming into your building. So
Talk about it. Yep.
I don't know. I honestly, I think they would have been a good fit. I haven't seen the Giants one yet, but I've heard it's been pretty solid. But
It's
they would have
kind of
been
it's cool. We talked about it before you came on, Zach, and I was kind of normally you don't see other football teams breaking down players that are on.
Okay.
So they did it. They talked about if we lose Saquon, they're like, what about DeAndre Swift? And they literally put him up, and they're breaking him down. And the funny part was they're like, essentially said that people within the NFL are much higher on DeAndre Swift than like the media and most people are.
Yeah.
And they said, we can't see him. It's going to be very hard to get him out of Philly. It's his hometown. And not only did Philly get him, but Philly took the Giants guy.
with Barkley. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they even talked about that. And their GM came out and said, he's like, we paid Daniel Jones $40 million. This is Daniel's year. We didn't pay him $40 million to hand off to a $12 million running back. He said that right on the phone. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, I got to catch up on that.
That's great access.
The Bears would have been great for that, honestly. I don't.
Yeah,
think
the
they
off
would've-
season would, but I'm glad they got this one. This is the one that
No, it's about time. But
Yeah.
it's going to be great with Flus, and we're going to learn about him a lot about him as a coach too.
Yeah,
here you go,
That's-
man. Here.
That's my thing. I can't wait to see who he is behind the curtain in front of the men.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really the story, because you can act in front of in the media.
Yeah.
Be a
Is it
certain
going to
way.
start off with a Kevin Warren prayer saying to lead us into hard knocks and lead this franchise and please build us a stadium? And
I was there 2 rows when that was going on. I was like,
Come on, you were there?
That's serious. Was there 100%.
Ivan and I were we had it on live. We broke in, and I was sick to my stomach. I said to Ivan, listen, I'm not bagging on anybody that's religious or wants to do whatever, but I'm like, this is not the fucking place, man. This is crazy.
Like I said, I'm Catholic. I go to church. I was like, what the hell is this? I'll tell you, I'll not name the person in the media who was next to me. They looked at me when they were going on, and they're like, what the fuck? Or can I say the F word on here?
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, what the fuck was that? They whispered under their breath. I'm thinking, I'm like, he just really think Kevin Warren and pray for a new stadium, a new Super Bowl. I'm like,
I heard that, and I'm like, this is the same old Bears. That's what I said to myself live on air.
It
I
was
was like,
just, what are we doing here? Like,
Yeah.
that was a shit show from the start. That was.
Now it seems like all of that is just for show and negotiations. Like,
you think it's back to
Arlington
Arlington
Heights?
Yeah,
I'd be shocked. It's just it makes too much
Always had
sense.
to have been. Yeah.
This is how crazy this presentation was. When they put up the budget, everything's billion and all that.
Yeah.
They got to the bottom and they added everything up, and it was $4.7 million. No one proofread the thing. Like they totaled up all like the how much the Bears are going to put in, how much is it all going to cost, and at the bottom it says equals 4.7 million. I'm looking at it, I'm like, there's no way this stadium's going to be $4.7 million. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
and then they're like, yeah, we're gonna move stoplights and we're gonna do this. I'm like, you ever tried getting into Soldier Field on game day and you're gonna move more stoplights? Like, what are we doing? Like,
Yeah,
it's just.
We had Jim Larison come on, and he
it's
just
an
said
amazing
there's
spot.
0% chance that they could do what they were advertising or trying to say that they could do down there, and it's total politicking here.
It took me like 40 minutes to get into the Rolling Stones concert through a car the other night. Like,
oh, really?
It's the worst setup. No matter which way you come in, they have you like go around in a circle around the stadium.
Yes.
To get I'm like, what? Like that doesn't make any. Like if you just open it up, so this way can go here and this way can go here, you're fine. But nope, it's a nightmare. It's bad. I'd be shocked if it wasn't Arlington. It makes too much sense.
And that's the thing. I mean, it's in the city, and what nobody could ever say is where does it? You're in the city, and you still don't own it.
Yeah,
right.
And I mean, if you rebuild it, there's not gonna. It's still gonna be. It's gonna be the new Soldier Field. There's not even gonna be naming rights.
They don't make any money off the Rolling Stones coming in.
Yeah,
they don't make any money off anything. Parking like that. You're not getting any of that. Like, build it up out there. There's plenty of space. There's plenty of land. Like
fucking you can have tailgating everywhere, and that's
restaurants.
Yeah,
there's nowhere to go after the game unless you want to walk to Roosevelt, and it takes you 25, 30 minutes to walk, and depending on when you leave,
especially when it's cold and you're there with your family.
Oh, man.
I'm looking for those guys riding a bike to get the fuck out there. You can't even move down there. Ubers are backed up and they can't get out.
Bus system's not great.
The bus system's not good. The shuttle, they have some shuttle.
But like the Metro doesn't go right there. The
100th year, remember the 100th year Packers Bear opening? After that game, I was trying to get back to the hotel, and I'm stuck.
Oh yeah,
with thousands of people. I was getting anxious, and I'm not like that. We're stuck for whatever reason going around towards the skyline on that side coming out of the stadium, and it was boxed in, and no one was moving. And then all of a sudden, a fight breaks out in front of us. Now bodies are falling.
Sounds about right.
It was fucking. I climbed the fence and left Claudio. I climbed over the fence, went this way. People started following me through the little woods and I'm like, this is nuts, man.
It's awful. Like I mean, I don't know. Green Bay, like you can walk out. There's a couple restaurants, bars, you can hang out. Like Kansas City, kind of because it's just in the middle of like a parking lot, but they need more.
Giant Stadium is like in the middle of a parking lot.
Yeah. The whole thing. Yeah,
the whole thing. And then there's a swamp over there.
It's like Buffalo. God. It's a big fucking huge parking lot, and then just Joe's fucking house is right there. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah.
No, you can have a Bears land.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So much.
Sports book.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Casino.
Like,
some shows there. Have a fucking little amphitheater, and you can have music going on out there, like live smaller bands, obviously.
Lunch with Larry restaurant where you can actually have lunch made for you by Larry Mayer.
They can have a Bears studios out there. They can have their own and actually do something with their studios there instead of coffee with Coach.
Hopefully they have better escalators than the Milwaukee Brewers, right?
Oh God!
Oh no!
I've been on one of those escalators, man. Those things are they're not like a mall escalator.
No,
huge.
Well, Bragg's got a hold of. He's like, bro, that was the scariest fucking shit ever. Because he said that there was an elderly woman right in front of him, and he was like, trying to hold her up,
Yeah.
also trying not to fucking land on top of her and fucking kill her while he's getting
my
pummeled from
God.
people.
Yeah, that's a fear of mine. Getting like a shoestring or something caught in an escalator or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, jeez, man.
Oh,
or just malfunctioning apparently.
Yeah.
Like,
It's crazy. But yeah, that shit was steep. Like you said,
Yeah.
it's not like a mall one. That was like this.
Giant Stadium, the old Giant Stadium at Met, they used to have something similar to that. And we're talking like 70, 80 feet in the air.
Yeah,
These
that's kind of
long
what.
ass-
Yeah, it's like what this was, man.
That was that
kinda
high?
this
Holy
one. I don't know if it was like
shit.
70 or 80, but it was pretty high. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the one I've been on out there.
Holy shit. Because people fall like a domino.
Well, that's
Oh,
what Craig's like, bro. Like legit, he's like, I know, like all bullshit aside, he's like, that was the scariest fucking thing ever. Because I think he was like right in the middle
Oh my god.
of it. Yeah, he said he
Yeah.
fucked his knee up, and
That'll be interesting to see what actually like
somebody's getting. He said the one dude, I don't know if it was behind him or in front of him, he shattered his femur.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, no, thank you. I'm like terrified of those escalators.
Stay off the escalator.
So Zach, this is a question like out of left field, but Phil and I talked about this, and I'm always interested to get. So if you go back to last year when we were talking about if they would have, when it got bad, when they were talking about launching Flus, who would have been the interim? Phil and I was like maybe Richard Hightower might have been the best.
Yeah,
guy.
I mean, because
this year you have Waldron, and he would probably get it, or even Hightower's still
Washington.
there, but
Washington.
Yeah, Washington.
Thomas
Yeah, but I
Brown
mean-
probably isn't ready, but I think he's a guy that's very
Who?
high on a lot of Thomas.
Thomas Brown.
He could
Thomas
probably
Brown.
elevate to, Waldron.
OC if Waldron goes, but
Um,
who do you think that would have been last year? Do you think it would have? Do you think they would have been dumb and had Getsy do it? But
no, I think it'd been Hightower. It had to been.
it had to have been. That was like the only option, right? That was the only one we could come up with.
Because Hightower would have had the lead. I mean, special. I don't want to like put down his position, but like special teams compared to offense, like
Yeah, and you're coaching both sides of the ball. You know what I mean?
because they did have an assistant special teams coach, so I bet you it would have been
Yeah,
Hightower.
he would have moved up.
Yeah, it was.
We heard that Getsy and Flus didn't even speak. They did
I
not
haven't
even
heard
talk.
that.
We heard that
I've
from
heard-
two reliable sources. They didn't even talk in
I
the
think
last
they
season.
were not on the same page. They were probably some animosity between the two.
Yeah.
Getsy, he could talk sometimes when you catch him right.
Get a couple drinks in that guy.
Yeah, nice guy though, hell of a guy.
Yeah.
But had been Hightower.
Watching Black Sails right now on Netflix, and it's like, just give that guy a couple of drinks. He's telling everything. He's telling all the
open up a little bit.
We
But-
buried the treasure.
Yeah,
But that was
there, yeah.
interesting that Vegas they called Chicago to see if they would move on
Fields.
Bajan. Well, Fields, but
Fields.
I heard they made a call
They
on Bajan also.
Oh,
And
see,
Chicago,
They
I
offered
did not
more
hear that.
money for more draft capital for Bajan than Fields. That's
Yeah,
the truth.
Yeah, and pretty much was told that the Raiders thought the price was way too high on Fields to go get him.
yeah.
So I wasn't shocked. Vegas, I think Getsy and Fields might have been a little bit of a, kind of an awkward thing. But I don't think it'd been as awkward as people think.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Right.
I don't know, man. There was just a lot. There was a lot
We were-
going wrong with that.
We were just
whole
to the
thing.
point last year. I can remember Phil and I talking about it. I'm like, dude, at this point, I just want the fucking trade to happen for
Yeah.
whatever they fucking get. I mean, it got so nauseating.
Well,
I'm like, oh
Shane
my
had
God.
to talk me down from. I think you just cut him now at this
Yeah,
point.
he did. Feels like fuck it. Let's just cut this dude and just move the fuck
Move
on. 'Cause,
the
I mean,
fuck on.
we were on the
It
phone
was
with Cap
so-
like every day, and he's fighting the good fight with everybody. Cap was, and it was great. But I'm like, oh God, I was
Yeah.
I was nauseated by it.
It also wasn't a sixth. Whoever said that in the chat. The Bears took a favorable offer to put Fields in
Pittsburgh. Yeah,
in a good situation.
That was where he wanted. That was where him and his team wanted him.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh. Yeah.
It was more expensive for other teams, and you could probably figure out, there's situations weren't good, for Fields to get into, which kind of tells you what the NFL thought.
There was some talk there, and I was wondering. I know they have a lot of money tied up in quarterback for their starter right now, but there was some talk there about Philly.
That's what I was going to say.
Interested, yeah.
Yeah, that would not have been a good situation for him.
No.
Well, just because he's not going to beat out Hurts and
no.
Yeah. No, but I get it. They took a pick that to help Fields out.
Basically, a 7th round pick this year.
Yeah,
next year's pick. It can be a 4th.
It's a 6th, but in terms of value this year, it's a 7.
Oh, it's a 7
because that's.
So technically, as my boys all put it, Mac Jones, Wilson, all of them went for more than Justin did, and that's what the league thought of him.
What do you think when Fields saw the fucking the Madden clip drop, the first one that they dropped, and the first fucking clip, him.
My son showed that to me.
I saw somebody say it on Twitter, and I'm like, "There's no fucking way that's."
I said the same thing.
I thought it was in like the middle, like they buried it. It was the first
fucking lead off,
the lead off clip.
I had to look. I'm like, is he wearing that number? Like, is that really him? And I saw him like, holy smokes! Wow, he's returning kicks in Madden.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Yeah, he did the reverse with Cordero. He handed it off to Cordero in there. But are you excited about NCAA football coming back? Are you a gamer?
Oh man, I'm a little bit of a gamer. Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
I mean, we all have kids, so it's hard. It's hard to game. I'll
ever fall asleep with your controller in your hand while you get 5 minutes to yourself? You fall asleep with the controller in your hand while you're playing.
Yeah, some Friday nights I sleep on the couch just because that's where my game system is. Yeah. My friend, I tell people that, they're like, "You're the doghouse." Yeah. Like, your wife, what'd you do to piss off your wife? I'm like, I'm just playing video games till midnight. Friday night's usually my video game night. I'm a nerd. I stay in, hang out, play with friends from all over the country, but I'm so excited for NCAA.
Me too. I still have NCAA 14 that my son and I play all the time, man. I mean, that shit was selling for like $150 on eBay at one point. NCAA 14. Yeah, I still have it.
Yeah, I got mine for the Xbox 360. I think.
Yeah, that's what I have it on.
The cover of that one, Shane.
Was it Denard?
Denard, Robinson, right?
Yeah, Denard, and then Tebow was like one of them.
Yeah,
I remember I had a couple. Yeah, I used to.
Didn't they put?
But they still update the rosters for that. You can go on NCAA 14.
Oh, you can still get them?
The roster. Yeah,
you can.
Yeah. There's
Didn't they put the guy that was going into the NFL now back on NCAA?
No,
back in the day, or did they have always come with the next season of seniors or whoever?
Yeah, it wasn't a guy that was in the NFL.
Yeah, it was
like going. Wasn't it the previous years? I always thought it was like that.
Like,
I could be wrong. So, like, Caleb Williams should be on the cover of that college team, or you're playing the new team.
I think it was the best player or like the Heisman winner of that college season.
But
even if they went pro,
even if they were going into the pro,
because if I'm not mistaken, was Chris Leak on one?
He might have been like a long. He was in the Bears training camp.
I do know that.
It had to be because of the licensing.
Yeah,
right. I mean, it had
probably.
Right
now they're putting the players that are going to be seniors on because of the NIL, right?
Do they have names? They'll have names.
Yeah,
they have everything.
The names.
That's the thing. Even like with they just did a deep
name?
dive on the dynasty mode yesterday. Kirk Herbstreit did it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
And even you have to deal with NIL and everything, like in the dynasty mode, all of that shit. It's like got everything.
Well, what they say, like they're not committed until they sign or something like that.
Yeah, and then they can fuck it. You can
terrible.
You can get them for the year, and they can transfer every fucking year, just like in real life, man. That's why Saban. That's why he retired.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why Roy Williams retired too.
Yeah.
It's different, man. It's different in college athletics now. I'm excited for that game. That game's gonna be so much fun.
Oh,
I told my wife, I'm like, dude, you know, I know training camp starts that week. Yeah. Leave me alone. And then,
actually, they had the great deal. You could save on the bundle if you did.
We
the
bought the
NCAA
bundle
and
here.
Madden together.
Oh yeah,
you could save like $35-$40 or whatever the hell it was. Yeah, it was pretty sweet.
I told her
$130 for the two of them.
For both of them.
bad
Yeah.
at all. I told him like, you're lucky that Grand Theft Auto's not coming out in the fall. Yeah, I might have to. Yeah, I think it was. You ever see that King of Queens episode where they rent out an apartment?
Chris Lee.
I remember it because it was going into my senior year of high school. So I was like, damn it, Chris fucking Leak.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. I mean, but he was a great college football player. You know what I mean? You got to give it to him.
Swamp Kings. You ever watch that documentary?
I have not.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta watch it, Ivan. Gotta watch it, bro.
Is it about the Florida kids running around grabbing rabbits and shit?
No, it's about
Or is
the
that
Florida Gators.
Yeah, about the Florida Gators. You know, they play at the Swamp.
When what's his name was the coach?
Spurrier.
Not Spurrier, the other guy.
Oh,
he went
Urban.
to the NFL.
Urban.
Urban Meyer.
Oh, Urban Meyer. Yeah, Jesus.
The story of the Florida Gators national championship when they recruited. It goes back when they recruited Tebow. He was the #1 quarterback in the country, and Chris Leak was on the team.
Does it go into everything or what?
Oh, they show everything.
Yeah. Well, they left out.
They left out some stuff.
Yeah, they left out the Urban Meyer Jeremy Fowler argument. You ever seen that clip?
Oh yeah,
I've never seen that clip.
Oh yeah, Phil, I'll send you the link.
Talking to me about that a few weeks.
It's bomb, man. Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they left out. There was the Florida players got into a brawl with Florida State fans at a bar before a game one night or something like that. They left out. Well, the Aaron Hernandez stuff, they could have done so much more.
Oh, the whole story could have been.
Tebow played up here in minor league baseball for the Syracuse Mets.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, we were at a game one night. It was the funniest thing. The kid next to me was like 9 years old. He fucking stands up. Tebow is like literally just a couple of feet from us, just throwing. He goes, Tebow, you fucking suck at baseball too. Oh my God. You know, he's just, this ultra religious, dude.
Oh my God.
Didn't even fucking phase him.
Oh my
kid from Syracuse, like, you fucking suck at baseball too.
Tebow's a good dude.
Hey, what if he won a fucking playoff game, man? Yeah. Like, you got it on a fucking pass. I'm sorry to be swear, but like, if you're gonna
threw an 8-yard slant. And,
shit, yeah.
What was that guy? That
dude couldn't even run a slant for 5 years here.
That guy died too. The wide receiver there.
Yeah, you're talking about Demarius Thomas.
Demarius.
Yeah, he passed away.
What, he taking like 82 yards or something like that?
Yeah.
Against the Steelers.
So all Demarius, but it was still Tebow's pass. I mean,
he put it on the money. It was right where it needed to be.
Dude, those Florida teams were. You got to watch it. They were so. Chris Rainey was like an Olympic track star.
Oh my God!
Like that.
Didn't even do any Percy Harvin. I mean, that dude was a.
Do you remember the Bears draft when it was like the all Florida draft? It was Ian Scott and Tron Lefevre and John Capel. Like, four fucking Todd Johnson. Like,
was
all
that Rex Grossman too, or was that?
Yeah. It was like it was 2003. I think it would have been that draft, right? Or was
probably,
yeah, 2003, because we had the fourth pick in the draft, and they traded with, was it Denver? And they traded down, and they took fucking Michael Haynes and Rex Grossman in the first round.
I think it was the Jets.
Is that who it was? The Jets.
They traded up for that defensive tackle, right?
Dwayne Robertson from Kentucky.
That's right, from Kentucky, the 3 tech.
Yeah.
That's back when the draft was Saturday only.
Oh man, that was the
that was
best.
the best.
Yeah, it was.
Well,
It was the
Saturday
weekend.
and
It was
Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday.
Sunday, yeah. It was like
Yeah.
1 through 4 or something like that, or 1 through 3.
Yeah,
It was like
Oh, it's
Saturday.
1, 2, and 3 were
3.
on Saturday, and then 4, 5, 6, and 7 were on Sunday. We used to
That
have
was
a
the best.
massive blowout draft party. Dude, I spent
God.
so much. I used to have like 30 buddies fucking deep, and I bought everybody the official draft hat of their favorite team that
Oh
came
my
through my
God.
fucking door every fucking year, dude. We had a massive party.
It started at like 12, right?
Yeah, it started at
Yeah.
noon on Saturday.
It was fucking
Was it
all the way
Radio
to like
City Music
11 at
Hall?
night.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Radio.
I
I
remember-
went to the draft. I stood in line. I went twice at Radio City.
Yeah, you were the guy who's just JET.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't me.
Phil's like, we just drafted Kyle Brady for the Jets. Yes. In the top
I was
10.
there actually when we drafted Greg Olson. I was at
Oh,
that.
okay.
Okay, yeah.
Nice.
I was there at that draft.
G-Rag.
And-
You were there for other reasons, though. You were there for his rap career, not his football career.
Oh, someone sent me.
Did
I
you
sent
see-
it to Olin. I go, Olin, what's up with your boy?
Did you see the picture of Greg Olson at McCaffrey's wedding? He
Yeah.
was so fucked up, and it
Oh
was
my God.
great.
I didn't.
He
see
was
that.
wrecked.
God.
Yeah,
he
Shanahan's
had a
got
good
a
time.
fucking Ivan Vargas style stash now too.
Nice.
By the way,
Yeah. Yeah.
Third
He
leg,
he
Greg.
looked pretty messed up.
yeah.
What were they called? The fourth floor whores? What were they?
No, it was
Seventh floor. It was the 7th floor.
You got
Posse?
7th floor
Posse?
crew, I thought, right?
Yeah,
Crew?
seventh-
crew?
yeah, something like something to
Ah.
that effect.
Can
Yeah.
someone
G-Rag,
pull up his
G-Rag is what they
G-Rag.
yeah, G-Rag.
Ivan, pull up his
I was
little.
doing the Olsen first. I'm gonna
Yeah.
pull up the
See if
Olsen.
you can see the
yeah.
Olsen rap.
pick.
And of course, we finally hit on a fucking move tight end, and then fucking
And they trade him.
Martz comes in, trades him for a third rounder.
Third round. Yeah.
Fucking Martz. What the fuck?
We don't need this guy anymore.
It was right when he was like the training wheels were off.
Yeah, 7th
He's
floor. crew.
becoming a good star type of tight end, and we trade him out of town. Oh,
Do you remember who we replaced him with at tight end?
I think I do.
That was the big presser when they unveiled all three big signings.
Malamalalua.
Yeah, Julius
Brandon-
Peppers, Chester Taylor, and Brandon
Chester
Malamalalua.
Taylor. That's right. We got a Vikings running back. I thought he was going to be good.
And you want to know the bad part about it is, and this is horrible, they probably would not have signed Julius Peppers if Gaines Adams didn't die.
Oh, I
They-
forgot about that.
They traded a second round draft pick for Gaines Adams to
Yeah.
Tampa, and he fucking
That's right.
died.
Yeah.
Look
Yep,
at
there it
Olsen.
is.
There he is.
Yeah.
G
Can't
Reg.
tell me he's not having fun. G
Yeah.
Reg.
G Reg.
McCaffrey did pretty goddamn good for himself there, by the way.
They
Yeah,
got
that was,
buried here over here in the East Coast.
Oh, did they?
In Rhode Island, right on Taylor Swift's beach.
Oh,
thing.
nice.
Oh, wow.
In
Was it,
the
Olivia Copeland?
hotel. I've always wanted to stay in that hotel. So
Yeah.
Steph, it's
The
a
7th
big, it's
floor
the 7th
crew,
floor
sorry.
crew.
Sorry, Phil. The 7th floor crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, we put it in
Find
there.
his
Ben had it.
lyrics. Play it. It's
No, don't play. It's probably copywritten. We know how that goes.
well, you could play it for a second, like on your phone, Ivan. Find it.
All right.
And then just play a once you hear, like, just give them a one bar.
You got to
You're like,
incorporate
oh my
that,
God.
Zach,
Well,
into
well,
your.
you
What do you
gotta
have a?
play his because it's a bunch of dudes on the Miami
he-
team.
Yeah.
You
From
can
the
find
7th
his
floor.
verse.
Do you have an Xbox or
There.
PS5, Zach?
PS5 guy.
There you
Yeah.
You
go.
got to incorporate it so every time you score a touchdown with North Carolina, G-Reg in the 7th floor crew
Oh,
starts
gosh.
playing.
Oh, God. Well, you know, I'm disappointed.
You'll
Like,
be
they
sleeping
don't-
on. You'll be sleeping on the couch a lot
Oh.
more if you do that.
Yeah. Oh, God. My wife be like, what the hell is this thing? What are you doing?
It's pretty embarrassing when you hear. You got it.
This song, what I say? This song in its entirety is not meant to disrespect any women in its entirety.
Watch.
Well, you know what I mean. All right.
Usually not good when they start like that.
I thought you had G Reg's part queued up.
That she was getting fucked on the
Seventh floor. Oh my God!
I think
G-Reg does not
Steven
want people to
Johnson was
hear
a
that.
producer on that
Yeah.
album, wasn't he?
I thought. I
Seventh
heard.
floor
Yeah.
producer.
Yeah.
Beats by Steve.
Yeah.
I don't know what his part is, so I can't. It doesn't.
Cue it up on silent behind the scenes.
I got you. I got you.
There you go. Get it queued up. You're like at the wedding. Just cue it up, man.
Oh man.
The Seventh Floor Crew with G-Reg. A lot of people didn't know. I think Greg Olson was more pissed at Tom Brady taking his spot now.
I don't blame him, man. That's got to be tough. He was. I mean,
He
I
was
get
good.
it.
I
I
thought
get
he
it,
was
but he
good.
was excellent. Yeah,
I thought he was good. He's better than Romo. I mean,
Romo was good, and
in
then
the beginning. Yeah.
he's like he jumped the shark with his
they
guessing of what's going to happen.
From what I heard was that the broadcast got on him about calling out the plays before they happened. They're like, we don't want you doing that anymore. And I mean, that was what he was good at.
Yeah,
you know what I
that was what he
mean?
was good at.
He took the best part of what he does away.
And you got to let him do it and be like, oh man, they had the safety. He could have went in. Here we go. If you're listening,
He just took a deep breath. He's like,
here we go. G-Reg, former.
What's your name? G-Reg. What you do? Get head. How you drop my drawers and let us see my third leg? Chilling on the floor. I gotta let these chickens know.
Drop my shirt and let her see my third leg.
That's good enough there.
No wonder they traded him. Right?
oh my God.
Drop my drawers and let us see my third leg.
According to True Cohen, that's why Kyle Long wasn't on the 7th floor crew.
That's it. That's
G-Reg. What's my name? G-Reg. What's I do? Get ahead. Oh my
G-Reg
goodness.
getting head on the 7th floor.
Oh, God.
Part of the 7th floor
If
crew.
you haven't heard it, you should check it out. The 7th Floor Crew with Greg Olson. You could play that song for your wives.
Yeah.
Or your wives, your significant other.
The top comment on YouTube.
Not in my top 20 rapper MCs tonight. I can tell you that. G-Reg didn't make it.
I was going to say the top comment on the YouTube video said that they better have made Greg Olson an honorary black person after this video.
Oh my God.
Which I thought it was fucking hilarious.
That's
funny. Oh my God. Greg Olson wishes that didn't come out on his. But anyway, we've taken a lot of your time, Zach, as you prepare for the 4th of July. You doing anything special? You hanging out?
I think we're gonna take the kid to a parade.
Yeah.
Go see some fireworks. Kind of just relax. I mean, actually, there's fireworks going off behind. Like,
I'm here
in the
too.
neighborhood.
Yeah, my dog reacts to every single one of my daughter's 3 now. She reacts to everyone, and then my dog reacts to my daughter.
Oh man,
flipping out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she's screaming, scared.
No, she's trying to get to the fireworks, so she just wants to pack up and fucking leave and go closer to where the fireworks are. And we're at home, So she's trying to figure out every window that she can get out of or door, and then the dog's flipping out because he thinks that she's leaving and he knows that she's not supposed to be. But yeah, there's fireworks everywhere up here tonight.
Yeah, it's gonna be like this for like the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's gonna be brutal.
Well, I thank you for the time that you've given tonight. So much
Anytime,
fun.
guys. Thanks for having me on. Thanks for
thanks for coming on, man,
Yeah.
with us. I have been so busy with so many other things. I reached out to Zach, and he's so generous. And
Absolutely.
so much fun. Follow this guy at Zach with
nice
a
to have
K.
something to be excited about with this team, and not just it's
man. Let's do it in the middle of the season or something too.
Oh, of course.
I am.
We're gonna have you back. We got.
Hopefully, we're not in week 11 talking about how dope our college dynasties are. We don't have Bears football to talk about, right?
Yeah, no, that can be a separate show. We
Yeah.
can let Steven produce that one.
We could do a live game Zach
That would be
versus
fun.
one of
Yeah.
us. Yeah.
Oh, I'd be
So
down.
you definitely use the Tar Heels then, right?
Yeah, but I like rebuilding, man. I like building up like Northern Illinois. Like I like doing franchise or whatever dynasty with
Nice.
them, like building them up. Hawaii, I like building up Hawaii. It's kind of fun to do that, but
yeah,
there's no Hofstra football. I can't.
no Hofstra, no Arch Manning name in the game apparently.
Oh, he's not in the game.
Well, he can't like use his name or something like that.
Oh yeah,
was he one of the ones that didn't give the?
Yeah, he wants to focus on football. He said.
Well, did you hear about? So his grandfather told him that he's not taking any NIL money until he's playing.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Which it's not like he fucking needs it. I mean,
Yeah,
you know what I
no,
mean. Let's be
right.
honest, but that was the deal.
Did you see the headline on Archie Manning's birthday?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
fucked up, right?
I was about to write out like
he died. And when I'm like reading it, they're like, "Happy birthday!" It's like what?
Yeah, it was like
what was it?
I was like Archie Manning, father of Peyton and Eli, grandfather of of Arch or whatever it was, and
It
then
definitely
it had like
sounded like the beginning of an obit.
yeah,
100%.
And it was like two dashes is 75.
It's 75 today. I'm like, oh, they got everybody because everybody's like, what the fuck? I read that, my heart stopped.
Will Ferrell was writing that tweet.
Yeah, I had like RIP like already typed up. I'm like,
yeah, Potash wrote that.
Yeah. I'm sure he probably had. I gotta show him that one. He probably had a good time with me.
Yeah, I bet.
Well, follow him. Check him out on Bear Report and at Zack with a K _Pearson. Right there.
Did you try to get at Zack Pearson
PERSON
with no underscore and somebody had it?
Man, that's been so long. I don't remember honestly. I honestly don't
they
remember.
make you do that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure someone probably had it, but
yeah,
my mom always appreciates when people say the K, so I do appreciate that because she was.
I'm Shane. I've been Sean my whole life. To 99% of anybody that's met me, even people in my family call me Sean. I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm Zach a lot,
Yeah.
ZACH. So my mom gets so mad. She's like, I did not name you with an H. I named you with a K. I'm like, all right, Mom.
I paid a lot of money for that K.
You know those little chachi shops when you were a kid that you could go into and get like a pencil with your name on it?
You never had one, did you?
No, because I find Shane and there would be no Y in there. And I'm like, motherfucker. I always wanted that friggin' pencil with my name on it. Could never.
You know what's crazy is I won't go too long, but at Target they have like books for like Easter, Christmas, 4th of July. It has kids' names on them.
Yeah.
My son's name is Jordan. Okay. Cannot find a single Jordan. Ever.
Really?
Not
in
even
Chicago. In Chicago.
Anywhere.
Somebody's gotta have like a 3D printer or like a laser printer to get you guys like a pencil and to get Zach his thing and Shane his thing. Like,
you go on like vacation, you'd walk in there and see all those things, or like a fucking license plate that you can put on a bicycle or something.
Exactly.
Shit.
It's like
the bottle opener at the
Phil had like fucking 80 pens in different colors that he could.
I had all of them.
Yeah, it's you ever seen the Simpsons episode where I forgot where they go to, but it's like B Bort.
Yes.
Bort.
Exactly. I can remember being so excited. I'm like, Shane, yes, no, why? I'm like, fuck everybody.
Tate has that sometimes. He's like, fuck, they don't put my name.
It's brutal. Now you can just customize them there.
Customize.
Exactly.
Gotta customize.
Yeah. What kids have these days, man.
They got it all, bro.
Holy shit, bro.
Got it all.
We had to sharpen our pencils when we were.
Exactly.
Yep.
I used to like the little one that you just, and the shavings just fell out of it.
Phil would pop them up and smell the shavings.
Yes, you had to. My son smells everything before he eats it. Tonight we were at a Mexican restaurant before the show, and he's getting down. He's smelling his quesadilla.
I had one of those old grandmothers that would like take your plate and fucking dump it right in your lap if you smelled the food. Like for
really?
Oh my God.
She looked at that like a fucking like
insult.
did not like it.
It's actually a good comment. Do they even use pencils anymore? No, they have iPads and laptops in school.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, they do use pencils.
Yeah.
Do they really?
Take
Okay.
those tests.
Yeah.
Those Band-Aids,
Right.
the circle. That's all they do.
They have all like my son's got all fucking laptops for. He was his grandfather passed away unexpectedly, and he had to leave for Prague, and I was home with my daughter, and I had to take some of his stuff because school ended while he was gone. So I'm like, "Where's your laptop? You got to turn that back in." He's like, "Oh, it's over here." So I go over and I grab his fucking laptop and I turn around and he's got his own laptop at home. And I turn around and there's another fucking laptop, and I flip it over and it says property of Hammond Central School. And I'm like, "Where did you?" So I text him like, "Why do you have two laptops?" He's like, "I don't know where I got the second one from." I'm like, "These fucking kids got laptops fucking everywhere from school." I said, "Shit." Do you remember stealing like the teacher's pen? They had like the red on one end and blue on the other.
Yeah.
That was like the cool thing to do when you were a kid. Now these motherfuckers got laptops and fucking everything. It's crazy.
They got it all. They got it all. They got it
I
all.
appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, man.
We love having you on, bro. And
Anytime you guys want.
Sooner rather than later, bro. So
Yeah,
give us the updates from camp. There's a lot of the Nostradamuses and all of that.
Yeah, we knew Zack pre-kid. So when you had all that time on your hands, and
you are the father. Zach.
That's fun to think about, right, Zach? Now that's
that's
anymore.
not anymore. Chasing around, man.
Just don't have a second. Just don't have a second one, man.
We got one and done, I think.
Yeah, that's where it fucks up. I should have stopped. I love my daughter, but we should have stopped after number one. I'm not gonna fucking lie.
It's a handful. Yeah, it's a handful.
Hey, I got twins, guys. So there you go.
I gotta tell. I know everybody's heard this story 100 times, but I gotta share it with Zach before he goes. So my daughter is 3, and we go to take her to daycare here locally, and she gives exactly 0 fucks at pretty much everything. She speaks her mind with everything. And I got done work, and I walked in, and it's all the daycare that we take her to. It's all retired teachers, so it's like she's going to school, but not at an actual school. So it's pretty cool. Well, I walk in the door, and the fucking one teacher comes up to me and her eyes are like fucking Coke bottles. I'm like, God damn it. What'd she do? She goes, well, she's like, we had a good day. She's like, we were outside, kids were playing, we got them all settled down. It was reading time and kids all got in a circle. And it's like, I start reading the book and Emerson stands up and she goes, my fucking daddy already read this one.
Oh my God.
It's like, oh man.
Oh,
like,
no.
well, she used it in the proper context, so we won't give
That's
it the
all that
lollipop for it.
matters.
But like, only my
Give me
daughter.
some fucking names.
fucking dad. Like, I didn't even know what to say. I attack everything with humor. I'm like, that's what you get for reading to your kids.
Yeah.
You never do it. You never do it.
Yeah. Teacher should have
Never
picked a
read that
different
fucking
book.
book.
That's great. All right, Zach.
Take it easy, guys.
Man. Have a
Enjoy-
great night.
Yep. Enjoy the holiday.
You too. Have a great 4th. Give our best to your wife as well, man.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Take it easy, guys.
See you, bro.
The great Zack Pearson of the Bear Report. Fun stuff.
Oh yeah.
Fun stuff. Oh, I love that guy, man. He's right there on the front lines.
Sees it, yeah, man. He's there all the time.
Feels
But it's the great part about it is
authentic,
hearing the not even hearing it, feeling the enthusiasm around the complex, around Hallis Hall, him talking about that. That's a big deal, man. That stuff permeates. It's not the whole 100-year celebration. That was just all right. We made the playoffs. The next step is obviously the fucking Super Bowl. I fell into the trap, but so much of it just seemed forced. To me, it's just different, and it feels great. And hey, now it's time to go to work, man. I thinking about it today. I was like, God damn, man, camp is starting here real quick. It's Claudio's got to come back to work here soon. It's crazy.
Gotta get back to work. Gotta get back to work. Claudio the barber. We miss him.
Yeah, we do.
Mm-hmm.
least jump on one show. Let's check in on. I know I'm short.
I love Cherie's mom.
Yes,
Oh,
I do.
I
Yes,
love
I
Miss
do.
Deborah. I hope she's still watching.
So, as we wrap up the show, do you want me to do the top 20 now, or do we
Not
save
really.
it? We
Save it. Yeah, this
because it's late.
build
here.
up. Yeah, it's late. It's like fucking 3 a.m. here on the East Coast. People that aren't good at math.
So you want to save it and end it now, or do you want me to do it?
We can do it. Maybe we'll do a surprise show before.
Yeah.
We got
All
a
right.
little bit.
I
of
got
time.
it right here. I just.
But we had such a good show. Let's just make this the Pearson show, because you know what's going to happen?
What?
Everything with Pearson is going to get lost in the YouTube comments tomorrow, because this is going to be so divisive. Yes.
Yes. Okay. I think that's a brilliant
Everybody,
idea. Cherie, I got to bring you in. I'm warning
some of the
you.
comments, even from
Do you
last
agree
week,
with Shane? Do you
with you
agree
talking
with
about
Shane?
it? They're like, "Oh, you don't have Tupac #1. What female is in your top 3, Phil?" I'm just like, "Oh my god,
This is
dude.
your
Really?
rapper list, Phil.
I've got
top
top
50,
40.
Sure,
I have
top 40.
I got 40 deep.
Damn.
I could go 50.
Yeah.
Coach
O did his last week. He had Lawrence Welk #6.
I love when I gotta find
And
some
Lawrence
wedding
Welk could
video.
have been a middle linebacker, Philip.
So our wedding video, me and Steph, the DJ had a specific boundary. I was like, I appreciate the song September, but I was like, that song is not being played on our wedding, because every wedding I've ever gone, do you remember? And I'm like, we're not playing that. Just the one song. He's like, that's the one. I go, I don't want to hear any heavy metal. We're not into that.
We're playing that at the free tailgate.
Yes.
Gap at the Larison.
The Larison Suites. I wouldn't come out to September. I appreciate the song, but I just didn't want it. But anyway, my dad is the point. So we're playing hip hop, a bunch of stuff, and Black Sheep comes on. Engine. Who's the black? Here comes my dad. And he has this hand movement.
He looks like a Lane Bennis. He dances like a Lane Bennis.
No, he's right on rhythm, to his credit. He's not a Lane.
He's washing the wax on, wax off.
But he
got
like
the Mr. Miyagi dance.
Goes into a twist like Chubby Checkers. It's so great.
Don't
gotta
break your hip. Don't
I
break
gotta
your hip,
find the
Dad.
video clip because I could play it on a disc.
Kenneth Davis was there. He saw Coach O dancing.
Golly, what the hell is going on?
Kenneth. Yes. So yes, we'll save it for next week. We won't take away. That was an amazing show, man.
It was
a lot of fun. Zach is awesome. But yeah, no one should be upset. I'm showing you without showing you the top. The list is 40 deep. Worked on it very hard.
There were some scribbles.
I saw some scribbles. I had to. I'm not.
So there's
You need to
been
get
some
like
confliction.
Larison and do
There's
it in a spreadsheet.
I saw Lil Kim in his top 4, Ivan.
Lil Kim didn't make my top 40. Spoiler alert.
Told you there's a female up there.
Forbes.
YouTube comment was right.
I would have just hit the end stream right now.
Wait a minute. Whoa. What y'all gotta get Lil Kim?
She's just not in the
that
top
was
40.
That was the YouTube comment. Was if Phil didn't have Tupac in his at #1, then obviously he must. If he didn't have Tupac at #1, then it was clear that Phil had a female rapper in his top 3, and they were mad about it. I'm like, what? I have no.
I don't even know where that aligns in the world. It's but Lil Kim isn't in my top 40.
It shows confliction. Like it shows that you were.
I had some confliction in the 40s, bro.
Right.
In the 30, I'll tell you right here. I will tell you from 30 down to 40, I had some movement.
You should have just stopped at 20.
No. I said, you know what? I'm going to go 40 deep. I might go 50 by next When are we doing it? Next show, we'll have Angelo on. He can reveal my top down.
That's up to Cherie.
Angelo should be reading the top, and you should explain. He should just read off the names.
No,
we'll
I
have
think
clips
he
of him.
has to spit some bars for. We'll do a top 10, and he has to spit some bars from the top 10, like a 10-second clip.
I like the idea of him listing them. We'll start 20 down, and then I could list the top.
Coming
40
in at number 7, Coach.
Yes, that would be funny.
Yeah.
Coming in at number 20, and
Missy Elliott. Misdemeanor, Coach.
That would be great. I think we got to do it. So I'll send Angelo.
Macklemore.
Yeah.
Macklemore is not on my list, Cherie.
Number 11 on Coach's list, Penelope Cruz. I'm not sure if she raps, but we love her.
It's just a suggestion.
Just throwing it out there. Number 14, Oprah Winfrey. Thank you, Angelo.
We should have Angelo rank his top 20 women of all time.
He would never do it.
Yes, he would.
You think he would?
I think I
He
could
would
talk
say
him.
Penelope
After I
Cruz
send him
20
this.
times.
After I send him this.
Angelina Jolie was his girl.
And then Larison could bet on where Angelo's number 1 would be.
Larison dropped 14K on
like,
Angelo's
listen,
over under of Penelope Cruz.
Penelope Cruz, number 1 or
he had
not?
Penelope Cruz over Angelina Jolie, I think, right?
Wait, don't spoil anything, but we gave him a choice. He doesn't want us to know this. We said Penelope Cruz or Selma Hayek.
I can't answer that, Coach. It's listen, if I'm gonna be on there, I'm not listen. We want people to tune in. I'm not gonna single anybody out because
We
listen,
have a
guys,
serious show. Remember after last week's
the
show?
mafia
After
is
the show,
the cartel listens to you guys. The cartel, they have my charger and they will come after me.
Angelo after the show, that should have been recorded because it was
my God.
so funny.
Hilarious.
When we were talking to him about smoking, I told him he had to quit smoking, like cold
this is
turkey. He's
great,
like, "We're gonna
Jerry.
do it." And then Phil brought up that, or maybe it was Ivan talking to him about vaping.
He's like,
And
why
he
don't
goes,
you just vape then?
The science on that, it's just not there. And I said, "What's the science telling you on cigarettes?" Oh,
That's why you're the smartest man.
he had no fucking
You're right. It was so
he had nowhere to go. You got to box him into a corner. And he had
It
no
was
idea
so
how to get
funny.
out.
I love
His
him.
best
He's the best.
when he was like, "This will be it, Cherie." He goes, "Said we got a great show here." He's talking to us, but it could be even better.
He was at Phil's house last week. I said, "Angela, how is Phil's new house?" "Oh, it's so much nicer than the old one." Shane.
He said that.
Live on it was so
Even Steph was cracking. up.
so much nicer than the old one. It's
gotta-
beautiful. Gotta say, it's so nice. Phil invited me over because he needed his deck sanded. I brought the belt sander.
Yeah, I used his sander. I got stung by a fucking hornet. Yellow jacket.
With the
Oh
hornet.
my god, what a show tonight!
You might want to listen
The
back.
way you're describing
when
this
you
hornet,
left.
Phil, it's
Yeah.
got to be this fucking big. Like,
What's that?
I'm
way
here to
that you-
fuck you up, Phil.
the way that you're
Ooh.
describing this hornet. Is just
When
like,
you left, Cherie was making fun of you
She
about
was.
the hornet. Yeah,
she
it
said,
was
It was a
quite
yellow
revealing.
jacket.
The
I
yellow
just
jacket.
corrected them because they kept saying hornet. I said it's a yellow
I
jacket.
thought he
Thank
said
you,
it was
Cherie.
a hornet.
Is it a worse sting from a yellow jacket versus a hornet?
Bro,
Is that even a thing?
it fucking hurt. It doesn't stop hurting. It's still stinging now.
Are you allergic? Have you been stung before?
Oh, it read because Steph looked it up at dinner. It'll continue to hurt. You gotta ice it. You gotta.
You know where the worst place to get stung is on your fucking head, man.
I got stung by a wasp on my head.
hurt like a motherfucker.
Bro, they
The kids
all
just, like-
came out of this bush. I went in there and I was in the flower bed painting the side of the
Went
they
someplace totally different.
all they
What the
did-
fuck? You got yellow jackets in there.
this motherfucker stuck. I mean, he was stuck on my leg. He's stuck on my leg.
Did I tell you guys the ladybug story?
No, you told me, but
Did I
not
say it
the
on air?
audience.
Oh,
No,
this is fucked up. This is gross.
this is Shane having nightmares.
Fucked me up. So I'm in bed.
I
sound
have,
asleep.
for the record, I have a yellow jacket. He has a ladybug. Go ahead.
Yeah, but mine's worse.
Make fun of me.
I would rather get stung by a bee than what happened to me. So, anyways, I'm in bed, Cherie, and my ear has been. It was weird. I'm like, what the fuck? You know when you're like, you go into a pool and you get like water in your ear. You know that feeling. So I'm laying in bed, my ear is like popping and shit. So I'm like, it's so weird. So I stick my finger in my ear to see if I could feel anything, and it just feels like there's warm water, but there's nothing there. So I'm like itching my ear, and I could feel it like crackling and shit. What the fuck? Nothing there. So I lay down on that side, and it starts like popping. I'm like, what the fuck? Put my finger back in my ear, nothing. Lay on my other side, and it's popping, but it's popping different because it's like wide open and exposed. And I'm like, this is fucked up. I'm never gonna be. I got to get up in like fucking hour and a half. I'm getting pissed. I'm like, God damn. So like 10 minutes goes by, my ears just fucking popping like from water. I get up and I'm like, what the fuck? I go into the bathroom. I get almost into my bathroom. I stick my finger up into my ear and I feel something. Like, what the fuck? It was a fucking ladybug in my fucking ear canal.
Just laying eggs.
And I'm like, this fucking bitch laid eggs in my ear. I fucking know it. I'm not even kidding you.
Just dumping all their eggs up.
I'm like, you fucking cunt. I'm like, fucking, oh my God. I like ladybugs. I destroyed that bitch. Fucking
You just
snapped
called her
her.
a cunt.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, you and your little ladybug friends are all cunts.
C-Spags is like, it's good luck, Shane.
Yeah, with
Good
the
luck.
R. Shane with an R. Solid spelling.
Shaner.
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 So,
Those
but
were the
seriously, it was
baby
in
ladies.
my fucking ear, Cherie. So I'm sitting there trying to go back to sleep. And I'm like, there's fucking eggs in my ear. I fucking know it. I'm getting fucking Q-tips. And I'm like,
toothpaste
gotta be
in
like a
there.
fucking nest down there. Got my fucking pressure washer squirting shit down there. Oh, bro. It's crazy.
Old mama slaying that goo.
Yep.
Slaying that goo in your ear.
Ladybug goo.
Who's got the brand new flavor?
Yeah, I was watching a new podcast the
Ladybug.
other night. The guy was calling ladybugs cunts. It was great. Acevedo's got to make a fucking t-shirt that says fuck ladybugs or something like that.
Yeah, Sammy liked it. Sammy liked the
Sammy,
story.
Sammy.
I'm dead serious. I called
You
Phil the
told
next day. I'm
me,
like, bro,
yes.
you're never
Oh
gonna
my
fucking
God.
believe.
I was like,
Happened to
oh
me
my
last night.
God. Devin, Cherie, motherfucker, he is petrified of bugs. Steph has to do a thorough investigation before bed. He's got to go up there. In back, he claims and takes over our back sunroom with the big 75-inch TV, and he's playing it.
So he would have been
There's a
all fucked
daddy
up if that happened to him.
Oh my God. The thought of that happening to him, he would fucking be in the emergency room.
So like the
Wow.
whole next day though, I was like fucking I called Phil like halfway through the day that day, and I'm like, my fucking ear hurts. I've been tugging on that motherfucker all day long. I'm waiting for eggs to start shooting out of my fucking ear canal and all this shit. My fucking ear was sore. I was pulling on it so much.
That hook too.
Yeah, hot
That ladybug hook too.
God
Yeah.
damn,
Sure.
that chick's cat. Did you see her? She was in Nashville last night.
She's
with
smart,
Shaq.
man.
Yeah.
She got fired,
Hey.
and then they
That
hired.
wasn't true. She quit her job.
Oh,
They
that's
talked to her.
true.
Yeah, she
Oh,
was on Barstool. She was not a. Yeah, she quit her job.
Well,
So the day or the
Good for her. She's made
Cash
herself
in.
famous.
Yeah, good looking girl. Go cash in. Why not?
Hopefully Shane could get some fucking hawk
Yeah, I wouldn't turn
flavor
down
in
the
your
hot dog
ear.
girl. That's right.
Craig Mack, not on my top 40 list, Cherie. Who sang flavor in your ear. Did you see the interview though with Biggie? He hated Craig Mack.
Really?
I didn't.
Yeah. They did an interview with him. I never knew that. He's like, nah, Diddy put him on. I fucking hate that dude. Don't even fucking.
If Diddy put him on.
Oh.
Yeah. Cherie, what did you think of the
Little
hot
Diddy.
girl?
I keep hearing the Hawk Tour thing. I don't know what it's a y'all. Okay, so
That's
just
That's exactly what Craig Mack was doing. That's exactly what Craig Mack was doing.
Not on social media like that. So I don't
How
know
could you
what-
miss it though?
I see what you.
How could you? It was everywhere.
She's
I
in
don't be
Italy.
on social media.
Were you on a
I'm
boat
not
to
on
Italy?
A
Facebook,
dude
I'm not on
asked her,
Instagram.
"What's the best thing that you can do to a dude in bed?"
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Oh, you got to do the Haktua, spit on that thing," and it just fucking caught fire. That she actually answered a couple other things along the way, like, "What's the best way to get over a, broken relationship?" And she's like, "Well, get underneath another one."
Another new one, yeah, I've heard.
Yeah. So
She's ready. She had a few drinks in her.
Oh yeah, her and her
We
friend.
caught her friend was
I just
admiring
seen
her.
the Hawk Tour thing. I just didn't know what it was in reference.
She's
to.
got
I know
fucking
it's-
Haktua 24
Swag.
hats. Yeah.
She's got an agent
Yeah.
named Angelo.
Yeah. I'm gonna make you a star.
All I want is 1,000%.
Can you show me what the Haktua is? You want some ranch dressing on that thing?
They never give me enough ranch.
Yeah.
He pulled out a 32 ounce.
36.
Then let me do what I hired to do.
I'm gonna need 36 Haktuas before I make you a star.
Her parents are very proud.
What are
They
you gonna
probably
do?
are. They're millionaires now.
Yeah, fuck it. I don't know. But how old they say she was? Was she 22 or something like that? Or was she older than that?
I don't know.
What the fuck you gonna do?
I mean,
I
if
haven't
she was
seen
20,
one interview.
Yeah, I mean, what the
Definitely
fuck?
in her 20s.
No
Good
dad
for
wants
her.
to hear that about their daughter, but I mean, Jesus Christ, at that.
I mean, we live in a
Fucking-
different age now where
Yeah.
people talk about their sexual acts openly on TV, on social media. So
Oh yeah. Come on, Cherie. That was your chance to
And there
shine.
was- and there was her chance.
You want to know why that tower's leaning? Bang bang.
Hawk Tour.
Yeah. Put on that thing.
As long as Cherie's happy, I'm happy.
There it is. There it is. A perfect way to end the show this week. So next week we will reveal the top 20.
Yeah.
And then
Next week will be a guest-free fun week before we
Yes.
get back to business.
no guests next week. After next week, to kick off leading up, we got Dion Miller.
Yeah. Dion,
Dion.
if you want to pronounce
She
it the right
changed
way.
it.
No. Did you know that that's
She
actually
changed
the
it.
way that you're supposed to pronounce it, but she doesn't correct anybody?
Oh, Dion.
Peggy Kaczynski told everybody about it, and Sylvie's like, I've always called her Dion, and there's no way I can change it. So she doesn't. She
Who
doesn't
said
let it.
that?
Sylvie.
Oh, God.
You can't
Sylvie.
change it now, Sylvie.
He's like, he
Sylvie.
can't make himself say Dion. It's not Dion. It's Dion. Is the,
Okay.
the proper pronunciation.
No, I understand that, but like that's just a weird.
Yeah, I have a father like that though. If he pronounces something the wrong way, it's like that. Okay, I know what the right way is, but I've always said this, so that's what we're
Yeah,
gonna
but
roll with.
that's your dad. He is like in the business, and they're
Oh
on
yeah.
show.
So
I
but
don't
are
want
you
to go
gonna
on a Sylvie.
are you gonna call her Dion or are you gonna call her Dion?
I'm gonna hopefully call her Dion.
It's after Dion Warwick.
Right. Hawk 2.
Yeah, Hawk Tua.
Hawk
Well, ask,
Will you
well, ask-
ask Dion Hawk 2?
yeah,
Can we
I'd
ask?
Come
Yeah.
on. Have you ever fucking met me before?
No, I'm just saying, how are we
Come
gonna
on.
How are we going to verbalize that question? What are
You
your
say-
thoughts on Haktua?
No, you spit on that thing. That's how you just throw it out there.
Where's Alan? Where's Alan?
Dion.
Where's Alan?
Alan Bratcher, TTNL exclusive.
Have you ever hooked to it on that thing?
We could bring Angelo. Got a question from the crowd, Miss Dion.
Is there any rumors to this truth of Haktua? This is our first week taking video questions, Dion.
Oh man,
we give her like 8 real questions. Then there's Angelo. What are your thoughts on Haktua?
Should I call him real quick and ask him if he knows what it is?
Oh my gosh.
No, we'll be here till 11:45.
Well, nobody's got to work tomorrow. Cherie doesn't even have to work tomorrow.
Ivan's got to work, bro.
No,
I got to drive
I don't
tomorrow,
have to
though.
You have a draft to go to?
I have to drive tomorrow.
Oh God, he's not bringing you the food. You got to take him out.
No, I'm going to Hershey, Pennsylvania to see Justin Timberlake.
Oh,
I'm like 10 minutes away, Cherie.
Is he on probation, Cherie?
He's so ankle monitor. Is he going to be able to
He's
dance
hopefully-
with the? Is he
hopefully
going to be able to
he's
dance with the
easy,
ankle
yo.
monitor?
Yeah. Hershey's the code word for something else, but that's
Oh.
TTNL after dark.
Big Hershey, huh?
Larry
Hey.
Longster Jones is in the
Yeah.
house. Imagine if Floose had a defensive call called the Hawk Tour.
I would be willing to hawk to Aaron Dan McGuire.
Hershey Park. You're gonna
Congratulations to Dan.
Are you gonna ride
getting
the
engaged?
Who? Dan?
Yeah.
Oh my
Him
God!
and
Wow!
an
Congratulations,
ex-girlfriend,
Dan.
Yeah, got back together, and well, when I was on Facebook for 7 minutes before they banned me once again, I did see that.
Unreal.
Wait, you're banned again?
Yeah,
It's 11 days in.
not even. No, I wasn't even 10. Yeah, banned.
Oh, it was 9.
I announced it on the show, and
Yes,
literally the next day, gone. Yeah,
They're like he's too fucking happy.
Yeah. Now Pete is gonna get me blocked on Twitter because I said ladybugs are cunts. So fuck them all.
There you go.
Yeah, gone from Facebook. But it's weird, Cherie. You must have sent me a couple of messages on Facebook. A DM because I still get. Oh shit! I wasn't supposed to tell anybody about that.
Oh.
It's so weird. They banned me from Facebook, but I still get all of the notifications when people send me shit, or when like my friends on Facebook post shit. I still get all the notifications.
The
Cherie's
like place.
Cherie's like, look at this thing, smartest man.
I love all.
I'm like,
you're
Cherie,
off to
I'm like, Cherie, I'm banned from Facebook. I can't.
Did we lose you?
Yeah, the sound went out.
Why did his sound go out?
Is he frozen?
Remember that problem that I was having before?
It happened just
Early
now.
on? It clicks, and then I have to unmute myself, and then it does it for like 2 seconds. But
Jesus,
yeah,
we
it's all
should
those.
play an old Cherie video and clip it up, Ivan. Like,
Oh yeah.
are your balls
Do you need
itchy?
trimming? Do you need trimming below the equator?
You need. I'm your.
Just rub a little hot fluid down there, and we'll get that all taken care of.
It's just so slick and skinny in a hole.
Yeah.
Use that promo
Bill, you look
code.
anemic in that video, bro. You're
Yo,
like bright fucking white. Did you see that?
Let's go back.
Hold on, let me see it.
Come on. I'm just
Where
lost
was it?
it
It's
there.
just so slick and skinny in a hole.
Yeah.
Fucking Beetlejuice, dude.
Dude.
Beetlejuice.
Hey, you look like
Look at
fucking
yeah.
that movie Powder. That you look like the dude, the movie Powder.
I don't know what's going on. I think it's the lighting. Got to get better lighting, people.
Blame it on Kodo.
I spoke to him. He moved. He's got a new woman.
I see.
I got to get together with
Instagram.
this.
I'm still on Instagram, you fuckers. You want to get me removed off that one?
Where did she go? She left.
Oh, Cherie.
Jesus. Her music is playing.
I'm Lady Bear. Oh, chicken wangs are
Answering
there.
the door. Chicken.
Oh, Hershey's there.
Yeah.
Little Hershey's Kisses by them. What are those fruits? Chocolate covered.
Yeah.
Strawberries. Edible arrangement has arrived.
Give me a little. Cherie's like, bring me over some chocolate covered ding dongs. They're my favorite. She's gonna kill me. Waiting for it to bounce back on.
He hates you so much right now.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
That should be the first question. DG's got it right. The first question on Hard Knocks.
Yeah,
ask Blues his thoughts on the Hawk Tuah girl.
Thoughts on her.
They'd kick you right out of the media room.
Oh yeah.
Greg Braggs, CHGO, Coach Blues.
Just come, you.
Yeah.
Come here.
Oh shit. That's great.
Is everything okay? Where did Cherie go?
We got a bigger strip.
We lost him again, Ivan.
You lost me?
Oh, there he is.
There you are.
I think her food delivery was knocking at the door.
Oh, okay. So are we waiting?
Food delivery.
Wrapping up.
Well, who knows?
Let's throw curls.
Right?
All right. I guess let's end it.
Yeah.
Let's
You know
end
how we
it.
can do it? Somebody we haven't seen in a long, long time. We're out of here. We love you
Christopher
guys.
Jackal.
We'll see you next week.
You can only imagine the smells coming out of that thing, only imagine the smells coming out of that thing,
Jackal better do some shit. Jackal better do some shit. Jackal don't do shit. Jackal don't do shit now. Jackal don't do shit. Jackal don't do shit. Jackal don't do shit. Jackal don't do shit. Jackal better do some 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 shit. Jackal don't do shit.